Anybody can help me out? Cause that 5 gallon buckle of bleach.
I don't think we should make light of a serious situation. This government is a reactive government. They actually do not fix problems. They do PR and they make empty promises. If you're here, say the picnic them for the last 6 years, have a walk, go school, them come and try to solve the situation after there's a big problem, then the PR. No, nothing happen. That's the type of thing. When Dr. Dawes raised an alarm about if you know what the effect of being exposed to mold and mildew is, the good senator should never have criticized Dr. Dawes for raising an issue that is fatal to the health in the health service industry. It is an embarrassing moment that a doctor would get up and say, "How dare you criticize the government and tell on us?" Because a man might come in with a finger cut and leave with the whole respiratory system mash up. And you're telling on us we are doing the best because we're a third world country. We're so busy fixing Cornwall Regional Hospital. We don't have no money to do anything else. And furthermore, shame on you, Dr. Dawes, for highlighting this, knowing well that if they allocate funds right now, any money that's allocated is going to go into the election and not actually fix the problem.
I want to ask you, did you hear the Prime Minister's utterances tonight in Florida? Diasporans, the Prime Minister came to you tonight and said, Jamaica's healthcare system today is better off than 10 years ago. And I heard the applause of the people in the diaspora. And I was like, the people in the diaspora who sat and heard when Andrew said that Jamaica's system is better off. The healthcare, the Prime Minister said today in Miramar that the healthcare system today is better off than 10 years ago. And when I heard the applause, woo! I was like, was it really a diaspora meeting or was it a Friends of Andrew Holness meeting? Everybody silent on that one. Said
to here's a crowd that buy no Andre, so me hear, me no know, me just here's a crowd can buy. That's all me I say.
Crowd can buy?
Wow.
Well, I don't know if they buy the crowd. The diaspora independent thinkers and financiers. I don't know if them would have buy the crowd.
Every artist is gonna have them fans.
Also, like how you have your fans in England.
Well, how that drop in?
Because yes, them having fans, them are
yeah. But that's what they're gonna say. If it's me, when I go England and do my fundraiser, them are gonna say I just in friend them come. That those people don't vote.
No, ladies and gentlemen, even Labour at them. Can we be honest? Is Andrew Holness telling the good morning, Michelle? Is Andrew Holness telling the truth when he says that the healthcare system is in a better state now than it was 10 years ago? No, seriously, no. With all the healthcare system has always has its challenges on both sides of the spectrum. But no, seriously, can we be honest about the healthcare system and the state that it's in? How could he make a statement like that? Like me just make me. I am actually in shock. I am actually in shock, ladies and gentlemen. How did the Prime Minister find the bravery to when he utter those words? My God. Hey, Mary. Man no feel like brother. Man no lie, so let's continue.
Because you go to the diaspora, you go over there, you tell a lie. And I mean, it's nonsensical at this point, but we have to keep it real. Anybody that think that the health service is better than it was 10 years ago, simply when you get sick, just go, don't complain about Port Antonio Hospital, since the healthcare system is better than it was 10 years ago. Hold on.
Makes sense.
Don't
That makes sense.
go to your St. Margaret's Hospital in
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas. Don't go nowhere else. And when you go to KPH, don't feel no way when if death comes in your family, you have to be reverted to Spanish Town to go claim the body. Because this healthcare system right across is better than it was 10 years ago. So there shouldn't be no retrofitting in the sum of over $20 billion at Cornwall Regional, because the healthcare system is better. And in the last 9 years, there hasn't been access to a modern healthcare system at Cornwall Regional, because they're still working on it. So whatever healthcare, they had a dead baby scandal, you know. And just because the good PR doctor, that is not a medical doctor, is not a medical doctor, nobody was calling for him to resign, and nobody responded to that. Because everything like this, you're not embarrassed that dirty mildew in a KPH, nasty mildew. You think if you have a building with mildew in it, the health services should shut it down. Mildew can kill you. Mold can kill you. Human beings are not to breathe the air. The quality of air must never have that. The dry weather hospital, that is KPH. And that is why when people go there, you go there with one ailment and you end up with all kind of something. Radam. And then you go away and you just make that statement just because it sounds nice, because it's coming from Dr. Andrew Holness, it sounds nice. Like him say, hey, me and Rubio is friend. 10% Radam here. We have to assess it. And yeah, he beat me. I'm frightened. But guess what? Just understand this. We have to come together and we have to make it work for us. And while we assess what that 10% liquid in our face, we stand alone as an island. So when them do it bad, we have to prepare for deal with what we deal with. But just two news reports ago, you know, we are our partners. We and Rubio and them is friend. And then you're talking about assessments of the 10%. But on top of that, everybody had an answer. But the finance minister, she didn't take up her pen and said, this is the effect of the 10%. And she didn't say, no, the 10% tariff reach where Radam way. Nobody say if you're pro-box, it now happen again. She hasn't said to anybody the effect of the 10%. We don't want to hear from Kamina, you know.
Everybody just assessing.
Yeah,
Kamina.
Kamina
an assessment now.
Right, no. Hold on. Say that?
Didn't you hear what the Prime Minister said last night at the opening of the Jamaican Expo? He's playing chess with the tariff.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me tell you something.
Play what talk when talk no. I play chess, not drafts. Yeah, that's
Hold on. Before him play that part then. Again, I saw one of my friends pass through a while ago. But when you see, Mary Jane, you might be onto something. You might be onto something, But I will not expound on why I think you're onto something with that comment. I won't even repeat the comment. But between you and me and the 122 people up on YouTube right now watch me, on Bolo VNR 2.0, and the 7 people over there over Bolo VNR clips, and the 5 people over there I watch me on TikTok. I'm telling you something. We must remember the first prophetic word that Pastor Peter Chambers uttered on his platform for this year about the Prime Minister of Jamaica. All right? And if you guys know that prophetic word, you won't be surprised when you hear some things unfold. But anyway, moving right along, Isat Buchanan really and truly put Favour Williams into context. He put them name Christopher Tufton into full context, right? Where their ministries are concerned. Because she was in the education ministry. That mashup, all of that mashup, still mashup, come years or now, and you see where they're avoiding key issues. How can you have a budget and not mention the tariffs? And then, all right, the tariffs have been upgraded. It's after the budget now. How do you have a press conference and not tell the people the truth? Right? Tell them the truth. Why won't you do that? You want to have the people in this mental oasis, AI oasis, in their mind that, you know, Jamaica, we are in good space, we are financially prudent and disciplined, and we are prepared for all shocks. Until the tariffs start to kick in and life becomes unbearably harder on the Jamaican people that have a minimum wage of $16,000. The $5,000 what the $5,000 is doing now is not what it's going to do months from now because of these tariffs. And we have the Prime Minister in the diaspora telling people that he's playing chess as if he is in a position of power. Where it comes to this war between the big boys, Jamaica is in deep doo-doo. You understand what I'm saying? Deep doo-doo. And they need to tell the truth. All right? What is going on between China and America and all of these other countries is tariff war. We are going to feel it the most because we're not in a great position of power to do anything about it or do much. You understand? And even the things that they said that they would do actually does not benefit the Jamaican people, where the tariffs are concerned. And the tariffs are taxes, you know. They are taxes, you know. So in a competitive space, added taxes to our product. What do you think is going to happen? Supply, demand, pricing. It's going to put us at a disadvantage. It's that simple. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's hear what the Prime Minister has to say about him being a chess player. Let's hear this.
That is what he's saying, playing with the tariffs. What's a banger? Listen to him.
So once we see the downside of the disruptive global order that we have now, we're not going to sit by and wait. There are opportunities that must be had. And so I urge my manufacturers, my business people, before you start to look at the negative, also look for the opportunities. In the past, we used to hope that good friendships will come to our rescue. In the past, there are those who believe the world owed us something. That is not my stance, and I have not run this government in that way. We must be prepared for shocks, and we must be resilient. We must be able to absorb the hit and recover. And we must put ourselves in a position to always be welcomed at the table to negotiate. The recent announcement by the United States government of a 10% baseline tariff on imports from all countries set to take effect on April 5th, 2025 introduces a significant shift in global trade policy, one that could impact Jamaica's market access to our largest trading partner. While the government of Jamaica has not yet received formal notification on the precise implementation procedures, including whether these new tariffs will override existing CDI provisions, we are actively engaging with the United States Trade Representative and other relevant authorities to seek urgent clarification. We are also conducting a detailed technical assessment in collaboration with relevant ministries and agencies to fully understand the scope of these tariffs and their implications for Jamaica's trade and industrial policy. These developments do not reflect any erosion in the long-standing and strong bilateral relationship between Jamaica and the United States. Rather, it reflects a broader recalibration of U.S. trade policy that is global in scope. Still, we will use every available diplomatic channel, including working with our CARICOM brothers and sisters and utilizing the Office of Trade Negotiations to seek to preserve the positions our exporters have secured over decades of deepening trade ties with the United States.
I want to say something to you, gentlemen. In the recent budget presentation, didn't you find it alarming that the Prime Minister nor the Finance Minister spoke to the implications of the geopolitics of China, US, and Mexico and Canada with all the tariffs that are happening? You didn't find that strange? And now the Prime Minister is going to tell the country about friendly partners. Him never expect the friendly partners. Me not understand him. Then him now going to say, let us go and find other routes.
You know what stood out to me in what he said a while ago? He wants clarification to better understand what are the effects of the tariffs and what they really mean. As the Prime Minister, isn't this a conversation you have with your Finance Minister? Isn't your Finance Minister supposed to be the one that is competent enough to not only explain this to you, but to the entire Jamaica? And if the Finance Minister is not capable of doing so, or is unwilling to do so, and the Finance Minister is incapable and unwilling, and the Prime Minister is incapable and unwilling, how we the Jamaican people is supposed to want? How are we the Jamaican people supposed to want? Be confident in these people running the country, and how are we supposed to trust them to run the country? We should be terrified. If the Prime Minister does not know what these tariffs, how it's going to affect the Jamaican people, then, ladies and gentlemen, we are in deep waters, even more than we could imagine. Yeah, man, even more than we could even imagine, man. This is worse than I thought. That was what he said there. That stood out to me more than anything else that he said. When he said, we need more clarification as to what these tariffs mean and what they would, how they would affect us. Well, let's continue.
Last week he was saying this is a big win for Jamaica. And now I'm going to tell Jamaica to find other routes. Unless there's something wrong with him. I play chess, not draft. But if I know one thing about chess players, one thing they have in common. One thing chess players have in common is the DNA of deception.
No, so let's just be clear. He's on the chessboard. He is not playing any chess. He's on the chessboard. He is king. Juliet is queen. There she moves so. All of the little pawn them, you see them change them in the Senate like it's nothing. And then they give them minister position and them turn bishop and rook and horse and all kind of shit. So there's no that is where people are misguided. But what I will say is,
hold on the Isat. Oh my God. Isat said Andrew is the king on the board. He's not playing chess. He is the piece that is being moved by another hand. I believe that's an accurate assessment. Man, listen, there's so many people moving Andrew Holness. I play chess, so I get it. All right, he's not playing chess. He is the piece on the chess. And he mentioned some people that got Senate, just recently got positions in the Senate. Yeah, they are the pawns. Now, I ain't gonna cap. One of them is a big pawn, but you know, hey, that's funny, bro. That is funny, honey. Wait a minute, where's my soundboard? I need my soundboard, man.
It's easy to just say anything. It's an election year. Just note what the good Minister of Constitutional Affairs has signaled to the country. The Prime Minister is incapable of calling the election. He can't because he's losing.
So my question, though.
He can't. Hold on. He can't certify his statutory declarations, and he cannot. He cannot. He's almost do it if you're bad. Call the election. He simply can't.
So my question,
and all
though.
of this last minute PR stunt to fix road and to promise that him gonna open park and him gonna open business centers and him gonna open this and him gonna do that and him gonna bring bus and them gonna extend runways and them gonna open ports and all of these things. His last minute wasn't done in the last 9 years and is an attempt to bamboozle the Jamaican people. So of course he thinks he's playing chess. But just know this. All people who play chess, they can be beaten. They ain't the only one playing chess. And he was outplayed by trying a big PR stunt. And Donald Trump just say, remember the last time I had you at the outside of the door? Like the good little boy that you are. Well, here is it now. Take this 10% and go explain to your people.
So my
That's
thing,
all
though.
it is.
So my thing, though, the great chess player said that he's playing chess with the tariffs. So is it a part of his game, Andre and Isat, to not ask what is going to happen to Jamaica in the closed door meeting? Because I'm led to believe now that that wasn't discussed. Because if it was discussed, I don't think it would catch them by surprise.
I think once again, you guys are missing the point. This is your Prime Minister said that he's reducing duty and taxes on imports.
Yeah, he might reduce the taxes on imports.
Which would significantly affect the farmers. It would significantly affect the local economy, the producers, manufacturers. This is the man and the government that imported ice.
So productivity in Jamaica is at an all-time low. And the little production we have in terms of...
It's going to compete now with all of the imported goods from Jamaica.
With everyone, no. So let's say we have coffee and Jamaican coffee is being sold on the international market for $10,000. Are you saying to me that because of the tariff, 10% will go on that $10,000 to make it 10,100? Also, right, let's say 10,100. But then America can say, but me have it for 9,500. That's what's happening. So what gonna happen to the man them where spend them money already for it, go a foreign. And them have thing there to pay. It's the same thing happening. It's the same thing gonna beat Jamaica Brawlers Group, you know.
But it beat them already, and so them lose $1 billion in the first quarter. I said, from you know yourself, you ever hear a chicken business lose money?
Not when Isat buys so chicken.
No, I'm going to ask again. In your lifetime in this country, have you ever seen Jamaica or have you ever seen chicken farmers losing money?
And the answer to that is no. In fact, outside of a natural disaster, this has never happened in Jamaica's history. And the historians can come and the economists can come, but this is unusual. This is very unusual, and you can't just telling us that we should not depend on our friends. Jamaica is dependent on our friends, which is why in the budget he did not say anything about his dependence on China, his dependence on other nations that assist Jamaica. Jamaica is a developing country, and people hate when I say this, but when I'm not going to say it this time because I can't bother with the controversy. But we are a country that seek aid. Let me put it that way. And what?
Yo, you already know Isat always saying that we're always a big. And it's true. We don't want to say the quiet part out loud, but we are beggars as a country. Yes, we beg. We go out. Listen to me. We beg. We go to these bigger countries. We go to the IMF and we beg. It's just the truth. We're not the only country that beg. So you want, you know, some people want to use, you know, we're seeking assistance. We are beg. We're begging. Yes, we are begging. So if you want to, and I think we should, you see, big up to Kwame Brown, Boss Life. He always says this, we need to bring back shame. Because if Jamaica, as a country, had any shame, when PJ Patterson did take us away from the IMF, we would have not gone back. Because we would have stopped begging. We would have pushed ourselves to true fiscal prudence and discipline and not look for quote-unquote assistance or begging. We would have gone into the mentality of being more self-reliant. That means growing our own food, creating a culture around self-reliance. The government, if they were in the right frame of mind, a Marcus Garvey type of mentality, and then action, we would be in a space where we would literally be self-reliant. We wouldn't be dependent on outside entities. Thank you, Rashan. Yes, we would be. What? Man, listen. We would have been come out of the situations that we're in. I'm telling you. But you have some licky politician and some little corrupt politician. Them love when them hear say $1.5 million US come from this, and $4 million US come from this, and they are the ones responsible for allocating it for different projects. And it leaves room for them to, you know, potentially go on with some type of skullduggery. So instead of having a strict discipline economy where we literally depend on ourselves to grow our economy in a very, very organic way, which by growing our productivity, by having a workforce that is well trained, right? Highly trained and highly intelligent, to increase our earning potential so the quality of life can be increased, to increase the product potential of farming, right? To have us harnessed in investors, not investors, inventors, young minds that have been taught so well in school to actually open up their mind so they can invest back in the country with their creations. With why Jamaica don't have any inventors? People that we are in, you see, being in a space where we're in need, you know, right? It creates an opportunity for you to actually open up your mind to figure out how we're gonna solve this problem, you know. That's what that does, you know. You have to be able to see the line, that bright line in at the edge of the dark cloud. Yes, Jamaica, we are in a tariff war. Yes, we are in a hard position. But guess what? Maybe this is the push that we need under the right government for us to be more self-reliant. How about that? Think about that. If you have the right government with the right mindset, this is the perfect opportunity for us to be more self-reliant. Make we lean upon the rest of them and the rest of them ideology, Bridget. Zine, and the rest of them creativity in terms of medication, medicine. right? The herbs, the ideas that Mark Gordon has come up with in terms of incorporating the herbs in the economy, trust me, it's not only brilliant, it's just common sense in our way, and I'm just wondering why nobody never did it before. Yannick, how you doing? Salute to you. I really, some of the things that the government has not done is baffling to me when it's a clear solution for us to actually grow our economy. But time come. Time come.
While you're at it, while
Speaking that loves free money.
Hold on, while we're talking about giving aid, when you remember the GoFundMe accounts, when you remember Will Rattigan said, donate to the One Jamaica Legal Defense, donate to the Super Chat. And
I second that. While we're on the thing of begging, well, I will not be begging you. I'm just going to remind you guys that the PayPal is open, the Cash App is open, and the Zelle information is there as well. It's pinned at the top of the comment section, yes? And for the people on TikTok, you know, you guys gift, so that way it's still PayPal. All right? So let's continue.
Anyway, we're a country that seek aid. Let me put it that way. And so we rely, just like how we rely on our brothers and sisters in the diaspora to assist us in our endeavors. Yes? And just like how my friends and my brethren them have to go to the Western Union and the MoneyGram to get the aid. And just like how the barrel community welcome the barrel from time to time. And just like how JN, we look forward to the recordings in summer. Greetings to my mom in Moko. Yes?
And I hope you're
it's recorded in summer. I bet you know.
James no, man, record some in November. I must shoot too.
Yeah, all right, just know say it start record from summer. Greetings to my mom. Yeah, we are a country that seeks aid. So it is disingenuous to say that we must depend on ourselves when we are ready, right as it is right now, with our partners. Many of them get the benefit. For years, Trinidad was getting the benefit when we talk about trading with our partners. A lot of our even Carib cement, a lot of our products, we are always at a disadvantage. There was a time when you start to hear say banana is imported, all of the things that grow here, the banana industry died because of the trade agreements. So when you get a 10% tariff, 10% a whole heap, you know. 10% is a lot. Don't think about the individual.
In a country where there is little to no level of product.
Of course, we are not only that. Already in a recession.
Off the background,
yes.
It's not no technical recession now in Andre.
Our farmers are suffering.
Off the background of the first quarter of January to March, recording a 0.8% decline in our economy. So it's no longer a technical recession now, you know.
No, but the Bradley Avenue said the quarter.
Looking good.
No, man, Ishmael. Bradley Avenue said in the quarter saw a 0.01%. You never hear that?
Yeah, you never hear Flavor say.
No, you never hear that.
Our preliminary reports before the 10% tariff shows a 0.1% with a 0 in front of it and another 0 growth. 0.1. The same, this is not the same identical amount that them get on them poll when the poll did a shift, a 0.1% increase after then give away the whole of Norman Manley International future earnings.
Bradley Avenue, I read that statistic upside down here.
No, remember they have a mission that they must fulfill. But me not getting at that.
Yeah, me not time for Bradley.
The mission, you mean the same mission like when them did bring out the former Prime Minister?
Stupid. It really stupid, you know. Isat, listen. So it's a 0.8 decline, and off that background, you're going to tell people that the economy is still doing well, and then
0.01%.
I mean, not true. 0.8. Statin has the thing, and then put it out. That's not true. So they must stop saying that. So I'm saying, how can you continue to say that the economy is doing well, and then because of that, here where you do now, you make sure you patch 2 road your stuff. You go buy 1 big yellow bus, and then because you have money in the CDF, you change the door from the right to left, which is a good thing. Change the door. So you wait until everybody start complaining, then you finally put out the bus, and then you're gonna tell people say, everything is well, things are happening under your.
No, there, no, it's interesting.
You know, when you know a country is bad, when you can see they are recruiting bushers, people for bush rule.
No, not only that. In the recruit, say,
what can go so?
Surely, say you must come down to Port Antonio and you must wear your dress shirt and your pants and your gentleman. And you must come and get recruit. See there? See right there, so come to Port Antonio.
Walking welcome.
Business
casual. What you do, so?
This may be a button-up shirt and a pants, or polo shirt and jeans. Let me tell you something. This is what they think of the people of Jamaica.
No. Sorry about the double noise. If you heard that on StreamYard, guys. Listen. I have to touch on this. So them a recruit pushers in a Portland. Yeah, it gets serious. Anyway, let me touch on this. What's her name? Miss Juliet Holness mentioned something that really I just came back to me because I was watching Talking My TV. Big up Talking My TV, see? And Talking My TV highlighted this, and I want to go to that piece of audio to share with you guys. Zin, I'm going to look for it, and I'm going to play this in the meantime. Continue this audio right.
Just making that clear.
Seriously.
I'm making that clear. But you know, and this is in response because when they do that starting report, they'll come and say the underemployment count as employment. But just make it clear, you know, we deserve real leadership that listens before problems hit the headlines. Not leaders who only act. You're listening to me or you're just running off your mouth, Mr. Ishmael? Can I speak? Yeah? Because we don't need leaders who only act when the cameras are rolling. Notice that every time Andre says something and then the residents and the whole of Jamaica speak up about the real problems. Like one, broken rural bus system. Then guess what? Certainly in this part, the MP come and rush and say, yeah, we bought one bus, but in the last 9 years, yes, the students had to find their way to school, and most of the times late. And they have to deal with that. So every time Andre speak up and every time a news report come on TVG or anywhere, you see this thing and the flashy looks and the good headline. And then when the reality check come in, nothing changes. Ask anybody how many students are in Portland. I can tell you because I'm interacting and interfacing with a large amount of students by virtue of the tablet drive. So the same way you have to provide individual tablets for students is the same way the mode of transport must be able to take them to and fro. So it's very insulting. I'm not bashing anybody because it's always the effort is what counts, but the real issues, are we fixing them? Yes? So it's never about, and I'm responding to it because it's never about how pretty the bus is. It's about how long our students were stuck without a bus. So leadership has to mean anticipating problems and not reacting after everything hits the media. And there must be mature consideration and proper contemplation about the issues. So you shouldn't need bad press in an election year to promise that you're going to build houses. Talking to Bartlett now, you just all these years as the Minister of Tourism, you just decide that you're going to build houses, housing projects for the workers. Huh? I'm not hearing you, Andre.
For tourism workers.
Yes. No, I just have to know that because
insult to people now.
No, but just allow me to finish because you're ranting. Yes, real leaders, you know, they
I want to share this with you guys. So I'm going to put up. For the people on for the people over here. Where is it? Talk Your Mind TV. See it here. All right, wonderful. Juliet Holness said something very alarming, guys. And I'm sorry, but I have to share this. Listen to this.
So why
I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna suggest to her.
I said to them, understanding. When we took government, 6,200 was the minimum. Minimum wage is now $16,000 per week. And they said, but the government can just pay more, man. So I said, what you mean?
Here, this is a mad decision attack. Yeah.
Government can just pay more. Like how they increase everybody's salary across the civil service, just give me more for the minimum wage. And that's when I realized it. I said, do you think that the minimum wage is paid by the government? And them say, yes. It's them paid. And that is when I said to them, no. Most of the people who work in government do not work at the minimum wage. The minimum wage affects me and you and you and you. Because
stop your ass about minimum wage affect you and you. Which part of your minimum wage affect? I want to tell you something, Mrs. Holness, Mrs. Size 13. You see, in England, every year minimum wage raise. Every year minimum wage go in England. So we are talking a dopey story. We are talking a dopey story. I'm not going to hear the reason why them don't want to raise minimum wage, because she has suggest say, if them make minimum wage go up more, enough people are going to lose them job. So people are going out of job.
Police officer, a soldier, a lady who is running her hairdressing parlor, the barber man, the mechanic, the gas station operator, the man who have the wholesale, including everybody who come and set up wholesale here in Kingston. They are the ones that will pay the increased salary. So this government, because we are responsible, have to move the minimum wage step by step by step, ensuring that it doesn't affect something else. What? Our ability to work. Because when you move minimum wage too fast, and we have moved it faster than inflation, people say, all right, you know what? We don't really need 10 people to start to pump gas here, so maybe we can work with 8. Send home 2 people. The person who could have afforded a housekeeper and probably somebody to take care of their baby say, you know what? I'm going to ask if you just get eye on the baby for me because I can't afford 2 people.
Juliet, I try to convince the people them to not take no more, to not ask them to raise a minimum wage.
Would have been able to say, guess what? My grandmother at home to take care of. All right? And I want you to take care of my granny. But guess what? My son and my daughter coming home from school too, and I want you to wash, cook, clean, and iron. They know, say, guess what? 2 people can't do that again. Work as hard as you can, wash, cook, clean, and iron, and go and look for my granny same time. Somebody else is out of work. So when you see the Jamaica Labour Party fighting to achieve a place where unemployment gone so low, that
Juliet, if you stop telling them, if you stop talking like this,
it is because we understand that Jamaicans want to be in a position to take care of themselves. Somebody said to me, so why we can't just increase the minimum wage?
And I hear, all
And I
right,
said to them, I'm not understanding.
Juliet, hear this.
Was found to be in contempt by.
No, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to play Wagwan Lamar, big up Ali Screen. Thank you so much, Ali Screen. I'm getting there. Ali Screen says, stupid thought, Juliet. They can't do the work themselves, so they have to employ somebody else. Trash shatter. But Alice, let us use Juliet Holness logic and destroy her argument. Listen to me now. Her argument is that they don't want to raise the minimum wage too high because people, employees, are going to reduce the amount of employees they have. So, in their infinite wisdom, because they want everybody to be employed, they are not raising it too high so more people can be employed, so they have a good employment rate. Now, the tariffs are the tariffs, the taxes are the taxes, and the quality of life and the cost of life is going up. So she rather them have a majority of people that have some type of job, not necessarily a job that can go anywhere near paying their bills. So yes, we have a lot of people that has a job, but the poverty line has not shifted because the cost of living keeps going up. This is the logic, you know. This is at least them have some money. At least they have a job. So we have a government that is telling us that they have failed us and they have lied to us, because if the economy is what they say it is and they have brought prosperity to Jamaica, why she just admitted that they lied. She just admitted that there's no prosperity. They are actually on the line. They are average at best in running the country. They have not given us any growth in the economy. We are not producing anything, and their saving grace is that at least we can have more people to get a little job. I thought they said that they were coming to create prosperity. But they can raise their own pay now. And she tried to say that it affects we. The minimum wage affects me, you. Juliet Holness, listen. Please. You don't want people to dig into the stuff that you guys actually own. You really don't. And all the projects that you and your husband got going on all over the place. Glennox, how you doing? So they are admitting, one, that they have not brought prosperity, not even close, nothing but they have brought the opposite. Because I want to tell you, when she's going to talk about raising the minimum wage from 6,000 to 16,000, you know, context matters. If the things cost the same amount of money, right, at that point when it was at 6,000, if the dollar had the same strength, she would have a point. But inflation has skyrocketed and the cost of living has also skyrocketed. And these tariffs that are coming now is going to worsen things. It's not going to help it. Right? So they are telling you that, listen, the best that we can do is to have everybody at least have a job. Even if you're underemployed, even if you're not getting paid a salary to take care of yourself, much less a child or children that you might have. What type of cycle is that going to continue? Vertical sensation. Big up. What type of cycle that is going to continue? We're going to be in a cycle of poverty. Meanwhile, her and her husband is stinking rich. Right? These people have no heart for people. They want us to praise them for doing what? Raising the minimum wage so it doesn't make them look that bad. The raising of the minimum wage was not life-changing. It never did anything for anybody. Them still can barely find the bus fare to go to work and pay their light bill, much less food. Foods are expensive. What is she talking about? And this is the first lady. She sounded like she out of touch with the economical reality of the people. And then she spoke about helpers. And you know she talk about for herself. Because you know the people with them type of money, them have helpers. Right? So she doesn't want to pay the helpers them a bigger money because she's gonna just use a one less helper. But member said she didn't want to turn her wedding in a fish fry, so you have to understand. They're very frugal with their money all when them stinking rich. Right? The minimum wage should be at least 25,000, 30,000, bro. Real talk. Right now, $20 there, the minimum wage should be at least that. But if you balance things, hold on there. But if you balance things, you can't, if you can't carry the minimum wage that high, what the government needs to do is to heighten the productivity of the country, invest in the farmers then. But as it stands right now, the way how life is life in Philip, big up. Somebody said, can I name one country in the world where their citizens is living happy? Singapore. Singapore. Philip, you thought you were saying something, right? Well, from minimum wage, it's not about living happy. It's about, bro, let us be real. Let us be real. The cost of energy in Jamaica is what? It's not about living happy from minimum wage. What is Jamaica producing, bro? What opportunities is the government giving the people? You see how Singapore does this thing? Singapore has raised the quality of life of the people there. One of the things about Singapore, corruption is not happening to the extent of what is going on in Jamaica, and that's a key factor. But I digress. The fact of the matter is the quality of life of the people in Singapore. They are highly educated and they make big bucks to the point where they have to import people to do certain jobs. You understand? Because those people are not going to be working those type. They are overqualified. So what she's basically saying is that employer are going to close their business if minimum wage is high. We say knock down that lie. May I tell you? But listen, minimum wage going up. I think they are not prioritizing helping the people of Jamaica. That's just the bottom line. Them fooling them own craft and building up themselves. Right? And then, all right, so Philip, what are they doing in the education system to keep the standard high so people are not working for minimum wage, they can heighten their quality? Huh? What are they doing to keep people that work above minimum wage? Even the teachers are leaving. Don't you listen? They are keeping the people on a string so that we can go back to them. That's the point. And go and beg them. This government want people that are groveling on the ground. They don't want to empower the people. That is why when no, I don't know the minimum wage in New York. That is why when what's his name? Damn, what's it? I forgot it. You make me lost my thought. But the point of the matter is this, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want the people to be independent. They don't want to empower the people to the point where we just don't need them to that extent anymore. They don't want to give power to the people. So, oh yes, when Mark Bolin gave the ideas that he gave about, you know, increasing home ownership and giving poor people grants to actually pay down on their home so they can start paying their mortgage and actually giving them land, when they heard that, that really bothers them. You understand? Yes, the employer would employ less people. Well, guess what? Create more opportunities then. You see, the point of the matter is what you guys are missing. These guys are claiming that they have brought prosperity to Jamaica. And if you've brought prosperity to Jamaica, you don't worry about employees hiring less people, because the prosperity that is there is going to have them, and development is going to have them hire more people, not less. So they have lied to us. She's telling on themselves. Yes, last some them love people who like to collect box food and $5 grand in a shirt. That's what they love. There's no prosperity in Jamaica. They have not brought it. And if they brought it, it's only for a select few. So I ask the people that is arguing me down about this in the comment section. You rather a government that makes a select few, 5% or 1% of the population wealthy, while the 90% poor and is just around the edge of deading for hunger. I choose the government that choose to increase what they call the what's that? You have the rich, you have the middle class. Yes, I want a government that is going to put opportunities in place to increase the middle class. Yes, this government is not increasing the middle class. What they're doing is expanding the poorer class. That is why she's saying at least them have a job. At least them employed. They are expanding the poverty class. You understand? While only a select few, ladies and gentlemen, actually are doing well. And this is the reality of what you just said. Real talk. But let me hear this last part here, so I must say.
Senate President Bolo, after she excused herself from the proceedings and did not return upon being summoned. Government senators claim Mrs. Malawi Fort was being
Oh, Malawi Fort. Never. I'm not gonna deal with that right now. I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna deal with that right now. Malawi Fort. I never knew this about.
Disrespectful and was trying to run away.
I never knew this about Malawi Fort, but remember me tell you, we are going to deep dive into that little clip right there on a reaction video. Trust me. Let me just stop sharing that on here and go back to what I was talking about before. Yes, let's go back to my brother Isat Buchanan. The man was venting, Buchanan. Let's get back to it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on mute.
Notice that every time Andre, leadership that listens before problems hit the headlines, not
Andre.
leaders who only act. You're listening to me, or you're just running off your mouth, Mr. Ishmael? Can I speak? Yeah, because we don't need leaders who only act when the cameras are rolling. Notice that every time Andre says something, and then the residents and the whole of Jamaica speak up about the real problems, like one, broken rural bus system. Then guess what? Certainly in this part, the MP come and rush and say, yeah, we bought one bus, but in the last 9 years, yes, the students had to find their way to school, and most of the times late, and they have to deal with that. So every time Andre speak up and every time a news report come on TVG or anywhere, you see this thing and the flashy looks and the good headline, and then when the reality check come in, nothing changes. Ask anybody how many students are in Portland. I can tell you because I'm interacting and interfacing with a large amount of students by virtue of the tablet drive. So the same way you have to provide individual tablets for students is the same way the mode of transport must be able to take them to and fro. So it's very insulting. I'm not bashing anybody because it's always the effort is what counts, but the real issues, are we fixing them? Yes? So it's never about, and I'm responding to it because it's never about how pretty the bus is. It's about how long our students were stuck without a bus. So leadership has to mean anticipating problems and not reacting after everything hits the media. And there must be mature consideration and proper contemplation about the issues. So you shouldn't need bad press in an election year to promise that you're going to build houses. Talking to Bartlett now, you just all these years as the Minister of Tourism, you just decide that you're going to build houses, housing projects for the workers. Huh? I'm not hearing you, Andre.
For tourism workers, but
yes. No, I just have to say that because no, I'm not finished. Just hear me.
So
real leaders follow through.
Insult to people now.
No, but just allow me to finish because you're ranting. Yes, real leaders, they don't allow people to have to complain, and then that's when they follow through. Not after the news, you try to get camera roll and take shots. That's the difference. So when you're talking about you want to call it action, we have to start changing now to real action. If you're gonna bring real actions and solutions, it's the voice of the people that matters. Yeah, not the media run, not the spotlight. And so I'm just addressing that right now because everything is reactive. From the Prime Minister having a whole people talking about, yes, my Prime Minister, are you bringing in Rubio? Are you the man to come about? I'm a chess player. And Jamaica must brace itself. We can't depend on our friends. Because your friends fry away. So we have to play it and we have to top up ourselves and we have to deal with food security ourselves. After you do everything and you literally you are in bed with many countries and you ignore it and you put the future of Jamaica on the line. And we must be serious because you did a lot of things in America's backyard and then have the gall to talk about you're a chess player. Many things are happening and incompetence is what is happening to Jamaica. Incompetence with a combination of corruption, dishonesty, lack of integrity, and lack of capacity and ability. So the confluence of all of that, yes, me using the big word, the confluence of all of that is meaning that Jamaica will continue to reverse and reverse. And the only thing we need for reverse is all of the corruption that is going on and take them out. You're voting for your life. I will continue to say that. And if you want the future for your kids, you have to be serious about it and stop listening to all of this PR nonsense. So yes, the Prime Minister is right. A chessboard is on there. We see when he move around the pawns, even though I'm at least one of them don't fit in the pawn. That would be a very oversized pawn on a chessboard. But anyway,
That is funny, honey. That's funny. Oh my God, that is funny.
Oh man, do you know the oversized pawn he's talking about? Oh Jesus! Yo, I'm trying to tell you, man. No. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Man, Isat is throwing melees at the Jamaica Labour Party, man. Sheesh.
Some become ministers and some just become backbenchers, but most of them are become the barking dogs that try to distract the nation from what is serious. And we have to be serious about that. So I'm done ranting for the night. But when people think about leadership, do not be deceived by all of this PR. And going back, Dr. Dawes, keep doing your thing. And anybody that have a problem for any citizen of Jamaica that is talking up about feces water, let's put it that way, dirty water, and people trying to use PR. For instance, that is why Justice Panton said, don't go in the parliament and drink no dirty water. You will become corrupted, because they don't have a problem drinking dirty water. Put it that way. So carry your own and keep it pure. Pure water all the way. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
I'm going to say again, when a government or an MP or people are going to recruit you to do bushing exercise and using bushing as a form of employment, it's an insult to the people. You know what bushing is? Bushing, me nothing gonna get it. Bushing Jamaica. I una get one rake, or una get one cutlass, I una get 2 garbage bag, I una get the backhoe. And that is what them saying that them doing a recruitment fair for. What is this in this country? Bushing. Bushing!
It's a form of politicking and canvassing, you know. That's what they're doing. Because normally this is what they do in the Christmas periods, in the gullies and the drains and the heavily gardened areas. That's what they normally do. And the councillors would, or the MPs would normally get a little allocation so that they can clean up and beautify the place. So no. And it's so funny though, say Portland, me see it though.
Crash program work! Crash program!
So I go on with what make a Portland it after there? Couldn't they nowhere else? A Portland alone bush there.
The government is adamant that even when they can't lose any other seat, they are go make sure that they do all they can to try to keep Portland, because the resources in Portland for them. The resources in Portland for them, Jamaica. The resources, the Rasta man coming to Portland less than 4 months, and the problem we might create down there, the heat we might create down there is untenable. So MP a walk morning, noon and night, MP a do the bushing, MP a do this, MP. You never see she a chop the bush. A chop the bush. Because she a chop the bush. And the bush not chops. I roll out the solidarity Jamaica because
ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
So it's funny you say that though.
Me want to see how the people of East Portland going to respond. Walk-ins are welcome. Train certify and become eligible to hire by JPS contractors. Must be agile, able to climb or handle power tools, walk outdoor and travel across parishes, gain skills and open new job opportunities. How about this? No, this is serious.
BRB headhunting. What is that?
Let me just tell you. Let me tell you something right now. I am honored and I am completely flattered. So for those who hold the fundraisers and say that donate because we have to keep Isat out of Garden House. Yes? And for those who say, you know, we have to spend $150 million to truck water because we're not going to turn on back the water because we still have a water business that we have to continue after an election. So we have to protect our disenfranchisement of the people of Portland. So just know, people, constituents of Portland, continue to tell me the roads you want me to walk on so that they have to fix it. Keep calling me and pinching me and say, please come to my community. We need to see you because anywhere you go, them have to fix the road behind you. I will tell people of Portland this. No, I'm going to be big biblical now before the pastor said take out the cockroach and take out the wicked them. Moses, when him get the star from God, him going to fear a kingdom and fear did. Me don't know if I will be a man fear did that, but me know say Moses. Alright, just know say when Moses snake nyam up the sorcerer them can have all the resources and them can think them is kings and queens and the subjects is theirs. But when God is ready, there's no amount of money that is going to ever allow you. You can buy votes till you're tired. And you can dance and you can all talk about Sonny, no, you can't touch this, you can do anything you want. And you can buy all of the clocks then because your boss can't do it. And you have to take him off of your billboard them. I say my billboard nice to see you want to see your marketing.
We back the cars!
Hey, me telling you something, man. You see what Isat Buchanan just said a while ago? It's just the truth of the matter. What is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen, is a prophetic fulfillment. The utterances of the prophetic is you're seeing it unfolding right in front of your very eyes. Who remember when Peter Chambers said that the people of Jamaica is going to turn against Andrew Holness, even his own people? Who was listening to Andre last night? When the lady called in. When she say her father name? Russell Shaheed. Asa? Russell Shaheed. Something. Russell Haheed. Russell Haheed. One of the 21 family them in Jamaica. For her father be one of the big name them. The lady said she a born Labourite. The lady said her mother, you couldn't talk nothing about Labourite. And as one of the children of that space, the same Labourite them have vote against Andrew Holness, you know? The people and the veil of the people and eyes have lifted, ladies and gentlemen. As a matter of fact, let me find that woman there. Let me fast forward to that part there and show. You understand? Let me fast forward to that part there and show.
It's a weird state that is coming.
You know them say time come, don't it? Jamaica to celebrate with me.
Right? And I called them and said, and it's a family house. Like, black, my dad is left me. What is it? We love people. We stand legs. Let me tell you something, Isat Buchanan. I'm in law school in New York City. My last name is Hadi. I'm a born Labourite.
Woo! Wait a minute. Let me mute my mic on this part.
Politics, yeah, make it man look like a man of the life. Jail, I'll finish for you.
Road. That has been with Uno, but good night.
Hello, good night, Andre. Isat, big up yourself. Ishmael, big up yourself. Isat, there's nothing about you that surprises me. You're a Sagittarian. Your birthday is the 12th of December, like Portia Simpson. Mine is the 11th. We are a people that we're empaths. We love people. We stand nothing less. Let me tell you something, Isat Buchanan. I'm in law school in New York City. My last name is Hadid. I'm a born Labourite. My dad was friends with Eddie Siaga. I hate.
You see, context matters, you know. For the people on Bolo Bvrclips. Did you guys see when Andre face, when she said her last name is Hadid? I want you guys to just, I'm not going to play the audio. Look at this. Just look at his face. When she said Hadid, look at Andre's reaction. Look at Andre's reaction. You see that? As soon as she mentioned the name Hadid, Andre face looked like, and then he might draw closer and I listen. And then now she's gonna mention Edward Siaga. Listen to this. Listen to this. I'm telling you, this was a bombshell last night from Panaja.
Let me tell you something, Isat Buchanan. I'm in law school in New York City. My last name is Hadid. I'm a born Labourite. My dad was friends with Eddie Siaga. I I hate Labour Party with a passion.
Wow.
Tell you, I thought when I watch Andre in the nights and I cry. You know why I cry? I have seen the work of PJ Patterson. I have listened to Joshua Manley. His name Joshua Manley was given to him not because he was cute, not because he could speak for people, but because he was a leader. And to this day, when I look at the Constitution of Jamaica and what Mali and whatever, Hana, whatever our name is, and the stupidness where them talk. I thought I had the privilege of going to Bvrclips. I had the privilege of growing up in London. I went to Oliver Goldsmith School in England, in Brixton. Listen to me, man. Jamaica, I got down Isat. He said the PNP no win. Oh my God, Marcus Garvey words are gonna come to pass. Somebody either go roll down King Street. I'm a Lebanese black Jamaican. My mom is black. My dad is Lebanese. My daughter is in PNP party. When my daughter was sent to school by Portia Simpson, her name is Tiara. I won't tell you her last name. She did political science in China. You understand me?
Yes.
I feel the pain of the Jamaican people. There's nothing about you that surprised me. You will only get bigger and better because you're a king. You were born on the birthday of a great prime minister, stalwart for Jamaican women. So listen to me, Andre, as a king, big up yourself. Me hear people are dictate to you, tell about cash back. Andre, do you? Because none of them live with them money in them house where them cannot talk to. Some boy we can't even spell cat, them say C-A-T a post. Listen to me. You don't know you represent for the young people and you're inspirational, and I hope you can buy the feeding for your baby, okay? If you can't buy Ishmael, make Andre give me number, call me.
Amen.
I'm rated to the item of your back. And let me tell you that Labour right here, I come to Jamaica, come forward to PNP. Joshua Manley to the world straight. That me say. One love.
Amen. Bless your heart. Bless your heart, sister. All right.
Them a call. This no sound safe.
Andre, you never hear the name Hadid yet. Russell Hadid, Ray Hadid.
Wow.
I have.
Yes.
I have, Andre. I have.
Wait. You affiliated with Russell Hadid?
She says she is a. What do you mean?
You affiliated with Russell Hadid?
Our family, she say.
Alright, bye guys. I told you too much. I'm from one of the 21 families of Jamaica.
Whoa!
Okay. And
Boy! Lord Jesus!
So don't play with me. I'm very brilliant, but I'm a Joshua Manley girl. Okay? Because
right.
mom could not marry my dad because she's black. Okay? So if it wasn't for Joshua Manley, my name would not be Hadeed. Okay? Okay. Bye.
Man, listen. Shireen Reed, big up yourself. Listen, man. Florence Hamilton, how you doing? Yannick Hansen, Pauline, salute on TikTok. Listen. This lady said she is one part of the 21 families of Jamaica. I've heard about this 21 family that runs Jamaica. I mean, literally, they got their hands on everything out here. I've heard about it, and I'm telling you, y'all need to go and watch Padajar TV for yourself. This episode last night was incredible. I'm talking about this. All right. So Isat Buchanan came with the fire. This lady came with the furnace. She was on Gene of X-Men type of time. The stuff that she was talking about, the fact that she's a part of that family, she's a Labourite, and she's coming to Jamaica to vote out the Jamaica Labour Party. It tells you everything you need to know about the ecosystem of Jamaica politically right now. Ati Makala, what's up? It tells you everything you need to know. And again, I go back to what the prophet said. Peter Chambers told you guys this would happen. He visioned that the people of Jamaica, our eyes are going to be open and they're going to vote out Andrew Holness. And he knows it. He sees the writing on the wall. That's why you see Marlene Malawu Fort. I chat this thing them when she had chat. You understand? And when I tell you that the other prophet Mark Stewart is calling on everybody to come to Portmore the 21st of April, Easter Monday, right? We're not beg nobody, you know. This is a prophetic calling, so who have to answer the call, answer the call. You understand? And who don't, they don't. Everybody can hold a Portmore, but you will know if it speaks to your spirit for you to be there, innit? So I am doing my part as was directed by the prophet. My name calling and video I played a while ago. So I am going to continue to show it from the mountaintop, ladies and gentlemen. April 21st, Portmore. If you don't know Mark Stewart, as a matter of fact, let me show the people on Bolo Bvrclips. The people that are on Bolo Bvrclips 2.0, you guys already know Mark Stewart. But me have a lot of new people on Bolo Bvrclips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to his page, Mark Stewart page, and I'm going to show them on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, for the people on Bolo Bvrclips. Alright, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Let me take this off the screen. Sherry, big up yourself. Alright, let me take this off the screen. Alright, share Mark Stewart right here. So, bam. Alright, guys, let me zoom this in for you. So, this is Mark Stewart's page, yes? Alright, this is Mark Stewart's page. I want you guys to go and subscribe to his page, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let me go to one of the videos, and I'm gonna show you the contact number. Alright, show you the contact number. So this part here is called the description. So right here you can see, you see the two numbers right there. Telephone number again, 876-961-0191, and also 876-869-9522. I say that slow. The number to call for Mark Stewart Breakthrough Ministries. Any information you want in regards to April 21st, or you want to make any arrangement, if they are going to have buses coming from here and there, all of that, the number to call is 876-961-0191. All right, or 876-869-9522, ladies and gentlemen. Good. Let me continue with the show. So to get that, all right, stop sharing that. Go back to what I was sharing. Let's hear more from this lady that called it. That's a part of one of the 21 families. Yeah, let's go. She's gonna.
Wow.
My name would not be Hadeed. Okay. Bye, guys.
I wanted to make that point. If it wasn't for Michael Manley, her mother was considered to be she was considered to be out of wedlock. So back in those days, they would discriminate against children that were born out of wedlock. Michael Manley changed all of that, ladies and gentlemen. So as a child, and now as an adult, as an educated person, even though she's what you would consider a born Labourite, she understands the significance of what Michael Manley did for her, especially. The Labourites didn't do it. Michael Manley did it. The Labourites are really the high class of people, them, you know, the uptown people, them, that are them origin, you know. Remember that Michael Manley or Norman Manley, I believe, that linked with Castro. And what happened? The rich class was leaving Jamaica. As a matter of fact, my mother was growing up with such a person that was connected to the rich class as well, being rich himself, him and his wife. And they were ready to leave Jamaica. They were prepared to go, if it's even a banana boat. They wanted nothing to do with. And God bless his heart. We love him. Rest in peace, uncle. But it is what it is. It is the reality of what was happening in Jamaica in terms of the people's mindset. They literally was going to get in a banana boat and go away from Jamaica if Jamaica had connected with Cuba in that way. All right? So when you check the history of the Labourites, them more connected with the uptown and the rich people. Them. It is what it is. This is why the PSOJ favors the Labourites, because their ideology is really one that is intertwined with the wealthy. Right? The few, not the majority. That's why people say PMP is for the poorer class of people, because them literally put programs in place to help people. NHT, come on. The basis of the NHT is to help poorer class of people to own a home. Through the program, it has gone left in recent years, and now the PMP are come to put it back in the direction where it's supposed to go, because they understand the legacy of that and where it's coming from. Now, Mr. Manley are turning them grave to see what they do with the NHT money right now. It is what it is. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. So this lady that came on, Andre Stevenson now, she considered a bastard child at the time. She now, as a Labourite, she understands that that man did something very good for her that was an innocent child. He ruled out that and said nonsense, rubbish that, dash that way. These children are no different from a children that was born in wedlock. It's just the truth. So the Labourites them, a lot of the Labourites them, not all of them, you know, there's still some that are still diehard, but a lot of the Labourites them are quietly, some of them can't come out and talk, but they are quietly going to radam the Jamaica Labour Party when it comes to election and the day of election. I'm telling you, the prophetic word has to come to pass. The people are turning away from this government. They're turning away from them. Their eyes have been opened. Listen now.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Oh,
wow.
Take care and good luck on your law,
Wow.
your law journey.
I hug you up. God, you know, I would hug her.
All right.
Wait, I don't think you know who was not.
They don't understand the veracity.
There's an evil sucker Alibaba, you bloody thief, criminal. Yeah, on a point finger. Come on, man. Remember, people go watch Netflix. Go watch Netflix. If you any single would have go to prison, no go watch Netflix. Labourite corrupt, bad. Labourite evil, and that's why I couldn't vote for a Labourite. Never. I'm a van come see my mother of Eddie Siada and mix a picture in our sitting room when we live up at Stilwell Road uptown. So I get that straight. Uptown the van and grow. I garrison I gotta know about chicken back. So I know this. My mother was a poor girl from Porus, met my dad in Canada. Yeah, my dad sent her back to school, and when he come back, he contributed so greatly. Anid is a last name that comes from the village of Holm at the border of Syria and Lebanon. Okay? So I'm not idiot girl is talk to you. Straight brilliant Saji. So I'm not boring yourself when you see Isat grow. He's only gonna get better. He's an empath. You know, pity people. We give. We love children. We stand for education. Rastafarians only for vote for people we say we're beating or cut off on the last and say starfish over education. Come on, man. Buster man to marry a man. We're not dealing with Labourites. Stand up and vote them out. No man not die out this foolishness taking over and the $5,000. Stop low on the dignity. We are like one night dinner. I hear a girl say, oh, them give me 2 boxes of chicken parts. And if them give PNP come and give me 3. Girl, come on, man. Jamaican women, stand up, man. Have some dignity, man. It's degrading to us in the diaspora that see women belittle themselves for $5,000. Me hear people are crying say, me couldn't believe when me own the envelope and say 5,000 because never yet we get this. Me I wonder if a mistake. You sell your dignity for 5,000. What about your children tomorrow? Your grandchildren? What about your children and your grandchildren? What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? We're not growing, we're going backward. Look at Jamaica in the 70s to Jamaica now. Crime is you take people, kids out of house and kill them for what? Our boys are dying. And you only 2 white people safe on the police yard. You know, wake up, man. This is not about who rich and live over there for or who. We're all Jamaicans. So if you're a Labourite and you want hospital, you're gonna get good treatment. But if you're PNP, you're not gonna get none. We're Jamaicans. We're not fight. This is what Marcus Garvey fought for. This is what Nanny fought for. Our ancestors are weeping. And that's why Jamaica is going down, because God leave Jamaica a long time. God leave Jamaica a long time. Chuck, when me and Chuck the China one way say, we have to legalize. How can you, Obia is just necromancy, Obia the Lords, all of them are all whatever, are the occult. But what I'm saying is people bring back God in Jamaica, noonday meditations, fasting, prayer. People look to where the blessings is. It's not in unto Holness. Trust me, Mr. Labour, my band, come see. If you ever talk nothing about Labour, my mother ignorant. And Jamaican people did I say, because she poor and she couldn't read good, she did a sexy, have a good shape. And a nice Lebanese white boy just like her and take her out of poverty. And I had the privilege of going to good schools. I went to school with Bob Marley kids. Wake up. Thank you. Good night. Love y'all. Love you.
Sir.
Loud. I felt that.
You know who Russell Adid is in the Jamaica Labour Party? I don't think you all know who called just now, you know.
People really don't understand
Who got to search the name Russell Adid? Mighty God.
That's the epitome of the 21 family. You ever hear that folklore? It's no joke thing.
Mighty God.
Wow. Wow. I would hug her. That is...
Children like those don't come on political platforms and talk, you know.
I would hug her.
Hello,
Unless.
Yeah, good night, Andre.
Yes, Pollock.
Good night, Ishmael. Good night,
Just talk, Pollock. Pollock. The class night. You just get in at the talk, no man.
So I really wanted to highlight that, ladies and gentlemen, because me and telling you say, yo, Jano, Virgin, the levels of exposure we're going last night on the show, it just never normal. Can you imagine? I don't even know who Russell Hadid is. But just the reaction from Ishmael and Andre You hear this? You hear the lady say? Her mother, if you ever talk bad about Labourite, her mother ignorant for you. Ignorant, real ghetto term. Ignorant for you. When you hear they say, when you hear a woman from the ghetto say she ignorant for you. Anything liable for happen. Yes, man. Fist fight, buckle show, anything liable for happen. You understand? So you can imagine Edward Siaga picture, and him, I think she's like Edward Siaga, I don't know, wife. It says two pictures up on the wall basically. We have two persons where the lady adore, our mother adore these people. You understand? And that is the background that she's coming from, and she's telling you that this coming election, she have fly down for vote for the PMP. But tell you see, when Andrew Holness statutory declaration was not declared, and I saw the members of parliament defending Andrew Holness publicly, I was confused because I'm saying, where is the person within the party? What's going on, Lloyd? Where's the person within the party to say to Andrew and say, "Oh, bro, you being the leader of the party isn't the best thing for the party right now. You're severely compromised, and we have come to the conclusion that it is best that you resign. Now, what you're gonna do is to clear your name where the statutory declaration thing is concerned, and then return to us if so be it. But we have an election coming up, and it's best if you do that before the election comes up. You see, the same time when that happened, Andrew only should have nip it in the butt, pause, and clear up his name. But then he did not do that. He attacked the Integrity Commission and sued them. So any well-thinking Jamaican have to ask himself the question, what does he have to hide? Why doesn't he cooperate with the Integrity Commission? Because if you read the report, it's a lack of cooperation why they can't certify assets. It is simply that, It is simply that. He believes that he have given them enough. And they're saying, no, there are some things here that kind of off, and it don't add up, so we need more information. That is the gist of it, So it's like he's now tearing down the Jamaica Labour Party by being the Prime Minister and being the President of the Jamaica Labour Party. But then you have to ask yourself the other question. Why does those people still support him? Is it that birds of a feather flock together? The individuals that have come out and staunchly defended the Prime Minister, are they a part of the illicit aid? Are they in quote-unquote bangarang? These are the things that I ask myself when I see the situation unfold. Because he's definitely, Andrew Holness is definitely not what is best for the Jamaica Labour Party at this point in time. Ryan Campbell, what up, my brother? Salute to you, man. Happy weekend to everybody. Thank y'all for pulling up. Let's continue.
That try to distract the nation from what is serious, and we have to be serious about that. So I'm done ranting for the night. But when people think about leadership, do not after an election. Then we are saying, God bless you.
What a powerful song.
You know what I love about that?
What?
Can I just say this? Whoever did that edit, God bless your soul. You never discriminate against the senior citizens. All them we are sent back to. Reverse the curse. All if you're in the grave, we are sending you back. All right.
But Jamaica want to make an announcement tonight that Easter Monday, there will be a special church service Easter Monday. So every one of you I'm going to give you a location very soon that we're going to be gathering Easter. Monday. You know Easter Monday church service? Easter Monday, Jamaica. Even if you're there with even if you're there.
Sorry to the people that are on Bolo Bvrclips. I forgot to unmute my mic. So I was saying that go to the first part of the video if you're just coming in, guys. Just rewind all the details to April 21st. Mark Stewart, the number and everything, right? And for those on here that want to join my WhatsApp group on Bolo Bvrclips, let me just put the thing on the screen. That's it right there. That's the WhatsApp number. Just text join if you want to join. But Mark Stewart, the details to Mark Stewart, yeah man, right at the front, the first part of the video, you'll see the details to Easter Monday in Portmore. All right. So I'll be advertising that every day on all of my platforms. Yeah. And if Mark Stewart people are listening, you guys can do a 1 minute or 2 minute video and send it to 876-451-6535. So I can just play the video and all the details and information is there for the gathering. The Bolo gathering for 2025 in Portmore, right? Kay Watson says, she mentioned her dad went to Canada. My family doctor have that last name and he's from Red Hills Road area. He died a while back. Whoa, people them are connected that. So you see say, a high profile people them though. Yeah man, Hadid. Yeah, Russell Hadid. Very interesting, very interesting.
Portland. Even if you're there St. Thomas, it is start. You remember I said when the mothers of Zion travail, Easter Monday, we're going to I'm not saying anything more. Easter Monday, Jamaica. We're going to get
when is Easter Monday?
I think it's the 5th. Let me get it right.
The 21st.
No man, I don't think that's so long.
Well, I just want to say
the 20.
Can I say something, please?
Mm-hmm.
My Portland family. This Easter, your MP candidate, I'm going to ensure that I give out bun and cheese. I promise you, my face will not be on it.
You never pause.
I am not a butu. So I will ensure that my Portland family get Easter bun and cheese without my face on it. So when you get your bun, please do not tell them you got it from me. My face won't be on it. Okay? All right.
It's not so go. Can I do it?
I'm not so slow, but go ahead.
Today I have good news for you.
Do the turn now, the turn.
Today, my Portland family, we have
Done, please.
my Portland family. This is the good news. Ball out! This is the good news. And over the years, I have advocated, and I am going to put it to you. Keep it, Portland, keep it!
All right, so yes.
That's the situation that many of you are presented with. But outside of that, how many of you are better off? With all of that theatrics and all of that noise, how many of your lives are better off? Only a few. Only a few. But you know, tonight in Jamaica, when you see constitutional, there's a constitutionalist that when he speaks, it's like everybody just say, okay, Dr. Lloyd Barnett. That's how we go. Did you see the front page this morning? How them raise up the voice of a Dr. Lloyd Barnett? Dr. Lloyd Barnett is questioning the timing of the utterance of the Minister of Constitution. No, the Minister of Constitutional.
No. The Minister of Other Affairs unconstitutionally constituted.
Did you hear what Dr. Lloyd Barnett said?
Big up Star Girl in our place. Big up Star Girl. Respect. Now, this may have to blow up this on the screen because it's serious. Mr. Barnett questions the purpose of minister's election statement. And the PMP asks her to clarify. I was really wondering the purpose of it as well. Oh, my general. Now forward there. I want to listen.
What is the purpose of Marlene Malahou election statement? And Marlene Malahou came out today with a press release saying, and she defending her position, because she said the journalists and the media is misleading the public. And she defends her position on the general election duty. Constitutionalist Isat Buchanan. What is your response to Marlene Malahou tonight?
Listen, there's the response. The Prime Minister has a very small window now to call the election. Her position is of no moment because traditionally the Prime Minister is the one with the power to call the election. Her statements coming out to say that the Prime Minister is not in a position to call the election and won't call it because he knows that he's losing is of no moment. We do know that it is a fact. So let me make something clear. It's not a position she has to defend. She read from the Constitution and the clear language of the Constitution. Traditionally, the Prime Minister calls or announces, dissolves Parliament, exercising great strength and power to tell the nation he is ready. Having done the work, he's ready. There are prime ministers in the past who 3 years into their tenure, they just call the election. That is the power that the Constitution gives the Prime Minister. So when Dr. Lloyd Barnett says, woman, what is your purpose? He's doing so because the clear language of the Constitution, Section 64 says Parliament dissolves after 5 years. The maximum time, September 15, the Parliament dissolves. And the country goes into what is known as purdah. Purdah that rhymes with murder. Because you have forced the Constitution itself to now put mechanisms in place. That is making the government functus. And at least September 15, when the Parliament is dissolved, she is powerless and useless. Mind you, that is already the case.
So after September 15, the cabinet can't meet?
No. The cabinet no, hold on. The Parliament dissolves, and what happens is purdah. It means that the people become political administrators, cashiers. Like the foreign minister will be a flight attendant, serve drinks and pay, and when she go around, she collect the fundraising and she do whatever and pay the ministry staff. Their functions become useless because the government is no longer functioning except in a limited capacity up until December 15th. So what's our point? Our point is she was signaling that when you heard Desmond McKenzie say we will not give up power, they're prepared to take the country into war. And the Constitution says if the country is in war, they get an additional 12 months, and they're called back to serve in their capacity. That is where their minds are at, because they cannot win the election. Do that and beat me. And I don't care how much money them come here and spend in Portland. Them cannot win Portland. And me I tell you, say, Miss a man have to stay in the West, because Doreen a step in her boy neck. Miss this so. Miss this so.
Producer!
Yeah. And a small, and a...
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
You know what I think? I think this is a ploy to try to force the electorate to become uneasy so that he will have a reason, as Isat said.
No, the electorate is not uneasy, because
people, me tell you, say Isaac bring the fire. You think I joke me I make? Me tell you, say Isaac bring the fire. You think I joke me I make? Let's continue.
I can tell you this. This is a perfect opportune time for Partner Draw TV to make a call to our neighbors in Barbados and say, Prime Minister Mia Motley, what was the result of the last stubborn Prime Minister to wait to the last date to call the election when you were the opposition leader? And she will say, Andre, you know, I won all seats. Yes? So, if them think say them bad, make them make the Constitution have to call the election. Because that's really it. Dr. Labourites says, what is your point? You don't get any brownie points for reading the clear language of the Constitution. Traditionally, any prime minister that is worth his weight and has carried out his mandate and fulfilled his promises and not wasted 9 years, including bamboozling the people. You call an election in a COVID and nothing now going on, you can't call an election. You know, she say you're wicked. Yeah? So when she defends her position. You don't have to defend your position, counsel, because you are correct. Section 64 is clear. The parliament dissolves on the date of its first sitting. 5 years from the date of its first sitting, September 15th. The last election was September 3rd, 2020. 2 weeks later from September 3rd is September 15th. What is your point? The election is due September 15th. If the Prime Minister fails to do so, the Constitution is going to run you out. Your parliament is wash up. That is a legal term. When purdah takes place, the Jamaica Labour Party wash up. That is the law. So who don't like it? Yeah. Wash up, Marlene.
You come out very strong tonight.
Because I'm very passionate about the Constitution. Let us not forget, in 2023 is $500,000 I pay for defending the Constitution. So all those who like to tinker with the Constitution, let me use nice and softer words, play with the pages of the Constitution late at night and turn the pages vigorously to make a point, a moot point. And it stays just like that. What is your point? Because you don't have to defend it.
But you know, when you see a government say these things, gentlemen, it's very worrying for democracy. When you hear the government make these utterances, and when you hear government members say they will never surrender Jamaica to the PNP, it makes you question when the PNP wins majority of the seats plus the popular vote, what is Andrew Holness's plan? Is he going to hold on to the reins of government?
Hold on to the. All right, let's just make something clear, please. This is the alarmist conversations that we ought not to have. The power resides with the people. Even if they had the greatest of intentions, they are powerless on the 15th of September. If he waits, and if he waits, he will go down in history as a weak jellyback man, the worst chess player in the history of Jamaica. And we know what their problem is. Their problem is that after spending billions of dollars on 2 by-elections, they lost it. Let us not talk about the wasted money spent to place Dalrymple in a seat that she already knew she was going to plead guilty to buying her sister a car with government money. Vehicle concession scandal. Yeah? Let us not speak about the money that was spent because Dr. Nigel Clark went off to greener pastures. The irony. Because the grass is actually green on the other side. So no Jamaican people are no famine on the land. So just because the color Labour green, it don't mean the grass green on the side. They come home, Jamaican people, and that is their problem. They know that they cannot buy votes and they cannot win elections by making empty promises and buying votes. And so you can lie about Emirates coming to Jamaica. It no go so. No technicality. No, hold on. No technicality can make it so.
I want to show Jamaica a tweet tonight. I wonder if my producer can find it. Where Caribbean Airlines has confirmed. See it here, producer. I think it's in your catalog. Are you aware tonight, Jamaica, that an Emirate official has denied the launch of any flights connecting Dubai and Jamaica after Tourism Minister Bvrclips announced the launch earlier this week? You heard it?
Yeah, I'm aware of it. Let's hold on. Let's put something. Can I put something in context? Can I? Am I allowed to?
You always are allowed to.
Thank you. I'll take the floor. Please, please, Ishmael, do not. Mr. Ishmael, don't say point of order. Do not say point of order.
No. We have always facilitated free speech over here.
May I catch you practice, a lie? Ishmael, may I catch you practice, a lie?
Mr. Speaker, because it won't be Mr. Speaker.
Don't make Ishmael catch a point of order. May I catch you practice, a lie? Listen.
Shut your mouth and let me speak.
No,
I may say Mr. President. I may say Mr. President.
All right, but just hear me out though. The issues between what Caribbean Airlines has reported and whether what level staff is doing is here's what is Emirates plane is not going to fly to Jamaica. And I will make this clear again. Condor, which is a connecting flight, the Germany aircraft which comes to Jamaica anyway, yes, is different from a Dubai flight coming to Jamaica. So a travel agent, just let me hear, just so the Jamaican people can understand. If you go on cheapair.com, yeah, if you go there and you say I want to fly to Dubai, it's going to show you how to get to where and to what gate to get to Dubai. The tourism minister has all the best intentions in terms of opening up Jamaica some more. Respectfully, it was very misleading, and the senator who ought to have known better, he gave tweets that it was a non-stop flight, a direct flight, and it wasn't, and it still isn't. There's no PR that can change how flights work. And so nobody's criticizing development, but there was an article in 2022 that was regurgitated, the identical article, and because it is an election year, it is being repeated.
So technically, the Emirates flight not coming in?
No, Emirates is not coming here.
There's no technicality.
There's no technicality. It just not come. And if you said that it was coming, you lied. And that's what I'm saying. Look for what happens in an election year. Because I tell the people of Portland, they're going to tell you that they're breaking ground again for the business center. and they're going to start, and they might drop some mall and drop some cement and say construction is going to start. And they all of a sudden starting all of these projects, knowing that they have no intention to finish. And it's always trick and bamboozle with a plea, a crying plea that if you give me 5 more years. So for me, hold on, for me and my family, so that my family can be set. That's all they're asking for. That's what Operation Third Term is. Give us 5 more years to clear out the cookie jar. Nothing else.
Oh, the cookie jar empty, I mean.
No, let me tell you something. And the Jamaican people must not forget this. Can we read the budget as a simpleton, you know? When Julian Robinson make it clear and Mark Golding make it clear, say, he's going to give $500,000 to hardworking people as a grant, not a loan. You get $500,000 for put it. We're going to pay NHT so you can own a house and get a title with your name on it. Yeah? Let me tell you who would be happy. Look on the irony.
Me.
Mark Jefferson Golding and Julian Robinson. Look on the irony. Look on the money. You want to take out the money and tell me if you not say Paul Bogle and George William Gordon, because that's what they did and that's why they get hanged. And when Julian said it and Mark Golding said it, the whole of the Labourites them was ready to string them up and cuss them and are upset that they would allow black people, young people, hardworking people to get a piece of Jamaica while the Prime Minister's wife have acres in Bernard Lodge and starting development and have developments in Ochi and have the whole of Lee's flat right side of a little singing boy. Yeah. May I tell you that? Let us not forget. So when you want to talk about being passionate, this is one of those nights that I said Jamaican people don't sleep. Time come and them have to go call it. And no, this is the beautiful thing. Hold on. The Labourites. Hold on now. The Labourites can't wait. I don't think the Labourites them on the ground. I not talk about the internet people. Them want it called so bad to embarrass them. Yeah? So me I say congrats to the PMP candidates from now, because let me tell you something. If you ever see when mango season come and the East Indian them ripe up, I saw Jamaica go look. And that's all I have to say. But again, look at Mark Golding, look at Julian Robinson, and look at Paul Bogle and George William Gordon. That is what voting rights was about. And they lost their lives because George William Gordon was giving land to black people because you had to have land to vote. And you see that Governor Eyre? Yeah. I'll tell you about the trial of Governor Eyre, and that is what the Jamaica Labour Party represent right now. And just one other thing, you see me I say this directly to all Maroons and every Rastafarian. You cannot be a Labourite and a Rasta man. If you know your history, you should be embarrassed to have dreadlocks and saying that you're a Labourite.
Embarrassing. We need some milk.
Mighty God. You know, normally I would stop the video and add in my 2 cents. But the way how Isat Buchanan is cooking. You know, she said, Andre can't even talk. Andre, I feel low Isat for talk. My God. Marlon Malawu Fort get it. Edmund Bartlett get it. Apple, may I tell you, the man is cooking and the man attack pure facts. Right? Right? When Edmund Bartlett come out the other day and I read the article, I said, but wait a minute. Why are these people lying? No matter how small the lie is, call it an exaggeration. But because of the climate that we're in, these are the things that they do. It's an election year. Alligator Pan and Cross Keys development plan by Dubai. Woodland Peter. I don't know what they're saying, but the 15th of September, people, more want to know if a countdown to the 15th of September. Last song, what's up, baby? I'm telling you, that's what they do best. I want you guys to count down to the 15th of September. You hear me? I tell you now? Because that is when the government is what? Dissolved. if you don't take anything else from this video that I've done today, and this reaction of the program last night on Partner Draw TV, I want you to remember this, ladies and gentlemen. On September 15th, Andrew Holness' time as Prime Minister of Jamaica is done. Ended legally. Now you guys see why they were trying to speed up the process of the constitutional reform. And this is my argument. For the people that says the PMP and the JLP is the same, this is my argument. If the PMP and the JLP was the same, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Golding would have run with it and given the JLP the green light to change the constitution in the manner in which they want to change it. If the PMP and the JLP was the same, Mark Golding would have gave them the right and not taken them to constitutional court to present the needs the way they presented it. If PMP and JLP was the same, Mark Golding and the PMP would have allowed the JLP to pass a bill, a gerrymandering bill, to make Portmore a parish under the way they wanted to do it, with the boundaries going across constitutional lines and changing the boundaries to fit them. You understand? And there's many other references I can go to where the People's National Party has taken the government to court. If the People's National Party was the same as the JLP, Mark Golding would not be supporting the Integrity Commission. He would be backing Andrew Holness, and they would have come to a conclusion of tearing down the Integrity Commission by law, because remember, you know, they are the ones that put the law in place. There's one party that has a problem with accountability, and there's another party that is championing accountability. If the PMP and the JLP was the same, ladies and gentlemen, the municipal corporations run by the PMP would not be cooperating with the Auditor General in the manner in which they're doing. I believe there's a couple of PMP municipalities that actually have given the Auditor General every single receipt and followed every single procedure 100%. As a matter of fact, there was an article that came out highlighting that they have done that and giving them kudos. Ladies and gentlemen, the individual that you're listening to talk right now is somebody that was of the opinion that PMP and JLP was the same. For years, I was of that opinion, and I'm telling you right now, there is a huge difference between the PMP and the JLP. I'll go a step further. You remember when the war started in Ukraine, and the students over there wanted to come home? What did Andrew say? We'll give you a loan. What did Mark do? Pay for it. And he never highlighted it. You know how people knew? Because there were flaggers out there that was highlighting the fact that Mark Golding did that. And it became viral. Virally known that Mark Golding just took care of it. Marky G just took care of it. Andrew Holness wanted to. You can imagine you have students in a country that is caught between a war between Russia and Ukraine. Hey, that one thing you can't say anything about America, but you see America, it's when it come on to them people in a them type of situation there, they will get them out of there. They not left them behind. You hear me I tell you? They are getting them out. Andrew Holness in his infinite wisdom, I go ask the people if they want to take a loan if you come home from Ukraine because they get caught up in the blouse and skirt. Hey, man, I tell you, if you don't realize, you know, man, This is a declaration for change. Time come. We have to reverse the order. Them people are some wicked people in our JLP, brother. And Jonas, they're ahead of that. And there's no apology. Right? Them don't want to call the election. Them are if I but and I maybe about it. But in a pandemic, you can call election. Eh? And then people get sick. After Dr. does a tell you, say, Virgin, as a medical doctor, do not call an election around this time. I strongly recommend you don't, because it's going to cause a spike in the COVID numbers them. And that is exactly what happened. So you see how him actions are come back and bite him now? Because at first, you run, figure call election in a pandemic, and you know, say, you have the momentum. No, you know, say, your ass are going to get, listen to me, fire their most still and then think a cold breeze. People have planned for your Honest. They are going to vote you out. And there's nothing you can do about it. And that God, there's nothing you can do about it. And that God run things. You remember good. Eh? They are not the same. We are not the same. And that's just the truth. They are not the same, ladies and gentlemen. Yes? Respectfully to all of my friends them out there that hold the position that they are the same, I strongly disagree. And I have named many. I have just outlined many reasons why they are not the same. Andrew Holness and Mark Golden, they are fight for the Constitution. You hear Isat Buchanan revere the Constitution as a lawyer? Because he understands that he's there to defend the people. How many times has the Jamaica Labour Party violated the Constitution? How many times? You can't look over these things, ladies and gentlemen. It is not something to look over. It is important. The highest law of the land should be protected by our government and not attacked by our government. The Jamaica Labour Party has attacked the Constitution and tried to go around it and go through it and mash it down. Several times they have done it. Whether they are incompetent or they are purposefully looking to tear down the Constitution, none of those things are good for persons in leadership. That means they are not qualified to be there. So it's time for them to lift up. You understand? So we can get some audit done and see who we get locked up. Yeah. Many times them violate it, man. Time come now, man. Let's continue, man.
Any dreadlock wearing person who is a Labourite, yeah, should be embarrassed. And you have no respect, no human dignity for not just a culture, but for what it represents and what it means in the times of history. And for the Maroons who has been disrespected by this administration and the first administration to not adhere to the realities. Yes, Andrew Holness is the first Prime Minister, even when all of England and the United Nations and UNESCO recognizes the 1738 Treaty and the importance of that. The resources that is in from a compound to Moortown, to Charlestown, and the Blue Mountains and the Cockpit Country and the boundaries. You see them trying to change the boundaries and the lines. They test that out in the Blue Mountains and they change boundaries to disenfranchise people. So they try to the Maroons and they come down right here, so on land. And it's the same Maroons, because black people, you are Maroons. Don't let them play Animal Farm. This is a bigger, more significant, more than ever, because the Charter of Rights, the most important document, the strongest human rights instrument in the entire world, proven last year when I stood before the Privy Council, the importance of our charter. You can view it on YouTube when I spoke. And the president of the Privy Council spoke about what the Constitution means and the Charter of Rights to Jamaica. Don't take it lightly. So when Malahoo is reading out the provisions of the Constitution that they want to change and tinker for it to make sense to them, to abuse the Jamaican people, as we speak right now, my phone is ringing because the police is taking up young men who they suspect to be PNP and detaining them and disenfranchising them and inconvenience their lives. While Malahoo sits in the Ministry of Constitutional Affairs trying to take away the rights of the Jamaican people, trying to find ways to interpret the Constitution so that the matter goes into court, a space where she always loses in her capacity of the Constitution. And if she is the one that is advising the Prime Minister, this is why the country is where it is. And so I have to speak because it is my duty to say, listen, man, Jamaican people, no matter where you are, man, it is what is inside of you, your heart. Love who love you. And the love is not, the love will never be monetary. It's respect for self and human dignity. Because if they loved you, they wouldn't be treating you like you're a side girl. They wouldn't be giving you just enough. And you can go all over the internet. Women who have sugar daddies whose rent have to be paid. When the rent is due, they pay just enough. So you have to come back next month. And they wouldn't give you $100,000 one time. US me talk and a Jamaican. So you can change your life and have a house for your family. And and even people in settlements who don't have title to land and them want to give you a lease land and this and this. A government that loves you will put a roof over your head. A government that loves you will make it easy to have access to ownership. There's no greater feeling than seeing your name on a title. There's no greater feeling. And if you're listening to me right now and it don't happen yet, the next PNP administration will give you that opportunity. And there will be ways, because let me tell you something, it is equity. The People's National Party, the Michael Manley People's National Party, always dealt with equity. You're never supposed to feel good in life when your brothers and sisters is suffering and trying to make way. The poorest among us is who is important. That's why when they put out their polls, you see them laughing on the internet talking about PNP love poor people, but Jamaica Labour Party is for progress. How can you progress when you exclude people who are poor, when poverty is a true crime? Let me tell you something, man. Ask Mr. Producer to move that picture there for me now. Respectfully. Yeah, we're at a serious point in life where we cannot pretend. And people are using PRs and I see them. I won't call their name, but I watched, and I'm raising it. I'm venting tonight. I watch a father. If you know the energy as a father to get up and see your child achieve something, and I saw the joy and the life in KD night to watch his daughter prepare for make some chuck off. Yeah, when put it that way there. And I saw how proud he was. And they saw it too. And you know what they did? Tried to say the man is old and figure sit down and they disrespected him. Likewise, two elders who gave a lot of their life and service to this country. The sheriff who tell a man to pack him bags and go, and he go at it. Eh? Let me tell you something.
And it was very low. It was very low.
No, it was low, especially. Let me tell you something. Especially, they took the Honorable Edward Siaga out of his house, and he had no child in Parliament. He had no picnic to go watch in Parliament, but they needed his energy. And they rewarded him that when he said road can't name, they gave him the very highway that Portia Simpson worked hard for and completed. And it is a change of administration that caused them to name that leg of the highway, the Edward Siaga Highway, when rightfully it should have been the Portia Simpson Miller Highway.
You know, say on that point, that one next thing where they need to reverse. Edward Siaga name need to come off of the highway then. Portia Simpson Miller need to get the honors that she deserve. Yeah. Who is with me? Put a one in the chat if you agree with me that Portia Simpson Miller name should be honored on that highway and Edward Siaga name redacted. Put a one in the chat. I said true word. Yeah, man, I really believe that when the PMP comes into power, that should be a priority. It's not a hard fix. It is not a hard fix. That is like claiming somebody else's work. Yeah, man, them need to reverse the order, them, man. Lorraine Smith, big up yourself, mama. Thank you for your continued support. You're not only subscribed to Bolo VNR 2.0, but you're subscribed to Bolo VNR clips. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, I really believe that them need faith. Because you see, I have to give credit. I'm the person. It's just the truth. I real talk. I just the truth. Listen, I never knew how significant of a role Portia Simpson Miller played in the development of the country. I genuinely never knew, because I was not following politics. I was not following politics, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you that what Portia Simpson Miller did to actually rescue the economy from where it was, what the Labourites them do, that in itself is a spit in the face of not only the Jamaican people. No, man, PJ, I understand PJ. Listen, PJ work, I understood. But they used to tear down Mama P and make she sound like she dunce and she don't know what she had to do. Them used to deal with her bad. DJ Jimmy, big up. Them used to deal with Mama P bad. Cadian, big up. Janet Monday, big up. Clive Powell, big up. Beverly Clark, big up. Richard Johnson, big up. K. Watson, Lorraine Smith, big up. Clay and Pan TikTok, Sexy K. Thank you so much, Carly Cakes. Thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you, sweetie. The moderator, big up yourself. Right? Michelle, big up. I never knew how significant of a role Mama P did play in actually helping Jamaica to go back on course, right, to some type of development. I never knew. I honestly never knew. Them did make you lady look like she just did that and fool. And then they make Omar, I think Omar Davis, Omar Davis, one of the Minister of Finance, or Peter Phillips, right? What is that person I say? KD and Peter. I don't know about that. But anyway, they used to deal with Mama P bad, man. They used to deal with Mama P bad, me not lie. You understand? Omar Davis. Omar Davis also, he got a lot of criticism in the political space in terms of in the street. Them used to talk terrible about Omar Davis. I would have thought that Omar Davis was a devil to all they used to talk about him. But just I try to show you how much I was out of touch. I wasn't following no politics in that time like that unknown. I know. But coming to learn now, when the facts have been presented to me, we have to call a spade a spade. You have to call Omar Davis one little genius. If we're being real, because of the stringent deal that the what do you call them? The IMF had with Portia Simpson and Omar Davis. What they had to follow, ladies and gentlemen, was like a 30% tariff, If you like, you understand? It was rough, but them still passed the test them. And not, I mean, moving from IMF not wanting to deal with Jamaica ever again because of the JLP, to Portia Simpson Miller fixing that relationship. When you hear Andrew Holness talk about fiscal prudence and discipline, he needs to bow down to the Queen and he needs to salute Omar Davis and stop the cap. Because if it wasn't for them, we would not see back a relationship with the IMF. And that's facts. But Sexy K say, only the Labourite them don't do well. Only for thief and lie, Labourite know how to do good. Yo, man, tell us say, it's bad. It's really bad. It's bad for true. Let's continue.
True.
And I'm telling you that. And they would pretend. I see them talking about the strides that the Jamaica Labour Party has made in terms of inclusion of women, when with no respect for Portia Simpson Miller, who shattered glass ceilings that Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris could not achieve, and they want to downplay it, and it was okay. And they recalled her everything, and they have always traditionally disrespected members of the People's National Party because they are sons and daughters of Jamaica that never forget that they came from sons and daughters of Jamaica who were not from the rich class and the elite class. Inclusion is what the People's National Party is about, and I think that the PR has gone well outside, and that's what they did. They moved the political ombudsman into them office so that they can be disrespectful. But when you return the vitriol, everybody tell you say you must resign. Because I don't see how in 2025 a competent medical doctor calls out an issue that needs immediate attention, and you're going to attack him and say him chat too much and trying to embarrass Jamaica. It is unheard of. And the level of incompetence and hypocrisy is unacceptable. And anybody who...
May I tell you, say, Isat Buchanan is rolling. But more Richard Johnson say, and the ones who went back to IMF after PJ paid them off. Listen, man, that is a point that had to be said. Richard, thank you for reminding us of that. I remember it, but I didn't put it in there because I was talking about Portia. Yes! But the man say, oh, hey, we're done with the IMF. We pay them off. We're good. And then run, go back. See? And to Mr. Isaac Buchanan point, right? The gentleman Jesse James Clark that came out and talk about the coliform, the fecal coliform that's in the water, based off the testing from the same water commission. Yo, like your man said, how do you attack somebody like that? That's raising an alarm that can affect any one of us. Right? Any one of us can be affected. You're talking about water, you know. Everybody drink water, you know. Fecal coliform. Go and look it up. What is the dangers of fecal coliform? And look at the levels above the recommended amount. It was way over what? It was more than, I think it was at 23. And then when they treated it on the test, it went to 17. So it went 5 down. 17. That's 8 over 5. No, I'm lying. 17, no, my bad. That's 12% or 12 levels over the normal amount of fecal coliform that's supposed to be in the water. So why, like, I don't understand these people. Why would you attack Jesse James? How about doing an investigation? And if it's found out that Jesse James is lying, well, one, this is what you did. You showed Jamaica that you cared enough and investigated the situation. And after thorough investigation, you found out that Jesse James Clark is lying. Then you can ask for his resignation, because he would be misleading the people of Jamaica and trying to cause some type of chaotic response from the people because it's election time. You could then make that argument, but your initial response needs to be the care of the people. It needs to be, yo, this is concerning. If this is true, then we need to get to the bottom of it, and then we can deal with it afterwards. Whatever legal process, you know what I'm saying, and then put in proper infrastructure or legislation to fine NWC or whatever the case might be, to make sure those treatment plants are treated and cared for and manned properly with competent people that know what they're doing, right? And that is another job opportunity as well. Do they have enough people in those areas where those treatment plants are, to one, secure the treatment plant, and also to make sure that it's properly treated, the water is properly treated and tested, and if there's anything of a contaminant like fecal coliforms over 5%, there's an alarm bell that they can ring and lock off the water and let the people know what's going on, and then them flush the system. And you know, you understand what I'm saying? Proper procedure. That should have been the approach. But they attack the man and tell him the man he should resign. And the man come now and show you evidence that he's not lying. How do you think well-thinking Jamaican is looking at the government and the individuals that are coming out representing Andrew Holness? Huh? It's a damn shame, man. Mighty God.
Is true to their profession. If the medical council holds any weight, they ought to call in that senator and tell him that you are not aware of the oath that you took. Because you cannot PR nonsense. You cannot PR danger. And the people who call it profession in saying chat too much and trying to embarrass Jamaica. It is unheard of. And the level of incompetence and hypocrisy is unacceptable. And anybody who is true to their profession, if the medical council holds any weight, they ought to call in that senator and tell him that you are not aware of the oath that you took. Because you cannot PR nonsense. You cannot PR danger. And the people who call out slackness should always be rewarded, regardless of the manner that they call it out in. And so we cannot be selective to call out respect while people, even media houses, participate in disrespect and discrimination against the elderly, discrimination against truth, and use ad hominem attacks against people. And I will go as far as saying, anytime you go to the level so low that when they go low, you're inviting people to go low rather than remain high. That's Andre's slogan, right? When they go low, we go high. I think they should get a particular treatment, and the relevant bodies should suspend them and fire them, and they should be removed from particular posts if Jamaica is moving in a direction where morality matters to them. And we can't chalk it up to it is a political year and a politically hot climate when you're allowed to spit vitriol and disrespect selectively. And when you can even have a platform, a political platform, and call nonsensical, irrelevant people up there, put them in your clothes and have them disrespect people, knowing that they don't even work the clothes that they're in and carry no clout or weight. It is the party that is to be disciplined. It is the party that allows platforms to cause the level of disrespect. And I can tell you this, as much as I appreciate freedom of expression, there has to be a serious conversation about analyzing truth and using PR and smoke screens and ad hominem to deflect from the serious issues. Jamaica is in a bad place. Jamaicans are feeling it at the supermarkets, at the KFC, and you know KFC is dear to me, Andre. Ishmael, why are you in the dark? You know KFC is dear to me. On a Friday night, there was a time when I could buy a 6-piece. Those days, no, those days are gone.
Man, there is a little man.
Those days are gone.
I want Jamaica to see the little man talk about the 5,000 when bus. Go look at this, Jamaica.
Live, bro, God, watch out. 5 pound of flour, 5 pound of rice, 1 last cup. Bro, God, 3 mackerel, 1 bully beef, 3 tough crackers. Done this. 3 of them could sit there. And 4 pound of meat, eat bro, God. I want to back the aisle, 5,000 that. But the bum buckler, you know, come down now. Come down now, man. Man, I suffer, man. Bum buckler. What me say if you do? Oh.
Come down now.
Again.
Play it again, producer. Play it again, producer. Play it again.
Live, bro, God, watch out. 5 pound of flour, 5 pound of rice, 1 last cup. Bro, God, 3 mackerel, 1 bully beef, 3 tough crackers. Done this. 3 of them could sit there. And 4 pound of meat. Eat bro, God. I want to back the aisle, 5,000 that. But the bum buckler, you know, come down now. Come down now, man. Man, I suffer, man. Bum buckler. What me say if you do? Oh.
That is 40.
Help. We see out of the
We need your divine intervention. We're tired of the labor rights. We're tired of the green people. We are suffer. We can't take it no more. We need it. We need it. Help. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength. Is a liberator.
That is $5,000 out of the $15,000 minimum wage already, no?
I was just about to say that.
At 5,000.
Me nah like Ishmael sharp on that one there. It's like Ishmael take the, when I watch it last night, when I watch over it last night, it's like Ishmael take your word out of my mouth. That is $5,000 enough plus enough. That means it can be almost $6,000 or halfway there enough. Of the $16,000 enough a week, you know, for your minimum wage, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, £5 of rice, £5 of flour, 3 tough crackers, 3 mackerel, then 1 small something of oil, and £4 of meat. When you hear me say a while ago, how long you think that can last in your house for? 3 days, depending on how much people there live there. Maybe 2, £4 of meat. Him not even buy no time market yet like seasoning at them. Something expensive. Eh? Him not buy nothing yet. Him not buy nothing. Man spend $5,000 on grocery that he makes home in a shoebox. Hey, it's not normal. Listen, they want to play down things, you know, but I'm telling you, it is really bad. It's really, really bad. It's really, really bad.
$1,000 already out of the $15,000 minimum wage. Spin that, no? Spin that.
There is nothing to spin, you know. Like I said, when the Prime Minister announced the additional $1,000 on the minimum wage and the US dollar went up to 159 plus, and the UK dollar went to 203. And I can tell you, as a man that deals with the pound sterling regularly, 203 is a myth. It rarely, if ever, gets that high. And when it gets there, you know, goods go up, and when the dollar reduces the next day or the day after, the goods don't go down.
Mm-hmm.
It don't go down. So the US dollar, the pound, the Canadian money, it is what is regulating what inflation looks like. And we do know, if some of you weren't probably born, but if you remembered when Siaga had this country and they were pretending that the dollar was 6 to 1, and when the real value of the dollar went to 20 to 1, people were shocked. But it was the real value. So while the Bank of Jamaica can pump money into the economy or into the market to ensure that the dollar is stabilized, the true value of the dollar we really won't know until the administration changes and the reality sets in. I'm telling you that. And so they can continue to run the PR government, but they don't know what it is to do now. Now that they have a real crisis, we're back to square one. And again, it is the People's National Party that will have to rescue Jamaica. So people can talk about what look good. But let me tell you something, nothing like a new car. Just ask the people them where Flavor tell for go buy one old Pro Box. The Duke of work might are nice, but if inside the shocks and all of these things not going wrong, especially if a $2,000 savings, that will not last. And so this patching and this Duke and everything, but the inside of Jamaica, which include the people, ox out. Yeah? The life is not right. We're not living good. That is the reality. And we cannot take that lightly. And so, yes, my seniors are correct. So when Julian Robinson speaks and you hear Damian Crawford and you hear the analysis and the time and the mature consideration put into the direction led by Mark Golding, don't take it lightly. It is competence versus PR and dancing and gallivanting and gibberish.
You know what I want to say to you?
Go ahead.
Somebody said this in the chat. Lady J loves Bolo. If them getting millions and it not enough. Just imagine someone getting $6,000 per week.
No, damn it.
We just want to say this.
But listen, big up the government. Respect. But you see me? The truth is just the truth. I have to respect it. Our country now run right. Our country now run right. All who believe me must have black say blow.
Country now run right, people. Devon McFarlane. Country now run right. Country now run right, K. Watson. Carly. Sorry. Country now run right. Country now run right, none at all. I know what Andrea gonna say, son. Andrea gonna big up Isat Buchanan for his growth as a politician or as a servant of the people. The way how he spoke in this live stream is the reason why I seriously had to highlight it. I couldn't not cover this. It was too significant. The stuff that he was saying, it just hit different, brother. It connect in so many ways. I'm telling you. Right? Now, oh gosh, man. You want to find that video, you see? I want to find this video with Ibrahim Troy. And for those who are on TikTok, you need to follow me on Bolo Bvrclips. And same thing for those here. Bolo TV. Yeah, we need to get that to 1,000 subs. But anyway, Ibrahim Troy is doing so much for his people as a young leader in Africa. I've done many videos to really compare him with Andrew Holness and this leadership. And some people take offense. Some people say, oh, but you know how you have to compare them. That country has gold and oil and whatever. And I'm saying to them, you guys realize that the country was not in control of its resources? That is the fundamental difference now. The country of Burkina Faso was not in control of its resources. You know who was in control of the resources? The colonizers. France. They were the one in control of the resources, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? So when you look at a video like this coming out of Burkina Faso, where Ibrahim Troy, look at this. Ibrahim Troy have trucks upon trucks upon trucks, creators with all different type of equipment coming in to build infrastructure. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
The military leader, that is Ibrahim Traore, is
Ibrahim Traore, look at that.
Vehicles to Burkina Faso. These are combined harvesters, tipper trucks, whatever. We're actually just going to Bolga, and then we found a horde of these vehicles traveling to Burkina Faso. Just imagine
Burkina Faso got transformed.
All over.
Look at that.
You can imagine the kind of progress we will make as Africans. Just look at this. We actually drove, and then we get to a part where you feel like, oh, this.
Look at that. Develop, man. Develop, and understand that the man take over the government. Look at that.
Vehicles are countless. They are so countless, and I just want to say a big shout out to Ibrahim Traore, and then the people of Burkina Faso. They've got a lovely president.
Since
all over Africa.
Ibrahim Traore take out the intruders them from Burkina Faso, looking at that short period of time since he take over the government, look how much this guy is able to achieve. Look at the short period of time, my man, take over the government, you know. And if you want to see the things that what this man achieved in a Burkina Faso for the short period of time, he showing us that all of these government member pass through need to go to put on the firing squad. Because them are enslaved them citizens for true. Look what this man achieved in a short period of time. Look what man do for in country. And you have Andrew on still in Jamaica for 9 years. I come with a big dirty nose now upon promise. In a court. For a thief money from we, you know. After he say we have to raise him pay, you know. A man still a thief. I want to change constitution to avoid prison time. Brother, sorry to say, but a hard bomber clock labor. What good for you goes, good for Uganda. Look at that.
Alright. So Ibrahim try, yes, he's definitely Wagwan Wayne Bogle, big up. Lady J, the Prime Minister of Jamaica is doing the opposite of what Ibrahim Try is doing for Burkina Faso. Total opposite. Ibrahim Try is not entertaining potential colonizers. Alright, if you're dealing with him and his country, you have to come on the board with respect, and you have to come as a partner, and the partnership has to benefit his people more and make sense for his people. And let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. You know how you would fix the roads in Jamaica and you would get contractors to fix the road. Yes? That obviously have the manpower, skill set, and machinery to do so. Well, Ibrahim Choi was trying to do the same thing for Burkina Faso, but it's like the contractors that don't want to work together, right? Them have issues amongst each other. You know what Ibrahim Choi said? Apple James says she's watching from Trinidad and Tobago. Big up yourself, sweetie. Thanks for being here. Make sure you share the content with as much as a TT friends them as possible. Zin, 1. So Ibrahim Choi said to the contractors, listen, we'll do it ourselves. If you guys cannot unite and come together to do this for the people of Burkina Faso, we're going to do it. The government of Burkina Faso is going to do it themselves. This man is not tolerating no nonsense. He's not tolerating any excuses. He's not offering himself or his government any excuses. The man is in the mode of, we have to get this done. Period. And we don't have much time. The man is a man on a mission, ladies and gentlemen. And it's so refreshing to see a young man. He's not even 37. He don't reach 37 yet. If I'm not mistaken, he's 35 or 36. One of the youngest African leader them. Let's just say he's not 40. I'm sure he's not 40. All right? One of the youngest African leaders, and some people want to hold it against him that the way how he came into power was a coup that happened. And I don't hold it against him. And I want to tell you why. Because the individual that was in power at the time was tearing down the people of Burkina Faso. You understand? And even the soldiers were suffering because of it. So the soldiers them say, wait a minute. You understand the struggle. We thought we were going in a different direction. So them get rid of him. Now Jamaica is not there. Jamaica is not there, and I'm not encouraging it at all. You get me? But given that that's what happened, South Africa kind of different, and some other places in Europe, those people will come to your house and they will tear down your palace door, and you have to go fly out in our helicopter and every country when they fed up on you. Yes, when you are suffer the people, they are coming for you. Jamaica in the past had some rebellious people, but that spirit has died from Jamaica. I don't see it happening. Again, I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying I don't see that happening. Right? So let us be diplomatic in Jamaica. We don't have to burn down nowhere. Let us do it the legal way. And as it stands, if we were to do it the wrong way, we will play into the government's hands. Because you hear Marlon Malawi for that talk about if there's a war. Well, if the people of Jamaica decide to burn down the streets, they can consider it a war, state of emergency, and postpone the elections for 1 more year. And under these stringent state of emergencies, right? The Prime Minister, let me play the audio. I have it on something there. From a soundbite right here, so let me play the audio where the Prime Minister says about the state of emergencies, ladies and gentlemen. Let me find that audio. Because according to him,
God knows.
I don't hear that. According to him, the criminals them is hiding behind the guise or this idea that they are citizens of Jamaica, And I don't mean say people. Him say how many label it as? No, I don't eat that. Yeah, meet the judge, meet the maker. No, I don't eat that. Justice, no, I don't eat that. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot it. Slave.
Listen.
No. Oh my God, I cannot believe where did I put that audio? Did I take it out? No, Virgin. Something right. Well, anyway, what he said was, ladies and gentlemen, is that they have to use the SOEs expertly to fight criminals, because the criminals are hiding behind this idea that they are citizens of the country. Yeah. That's what he said. I don't know, Mr. Already. I'll go find it, I'll go find it. Daryl Vaz, Desmond McKenzie.
He's picking up the man then.
No. Alright, I'm gonna find it on the computer. Because the other day, I'm going to go up on the GIS website and find it. But I'm sure I made an audio of this thing specifically and put it on my soundboard. It's very strange that I'm not seeing it there. Very, very strange indeed. I'm going on my computer, my audios them right there. So audio clips. Marky G, Justice, you see on board. Anjo, say leave. Meet the judge and meet the maker. Where is it? Man, this is crazy. One second, guys.
Step. Foot step.
Oh, that time is alone some. It's a lonesome song. I need to edit that back, Meet the judge or meet the maker.
Dr. Mark Smith.
That's not it. Anyway, let me just go to YouTube. Find out, say I don't have it on my thing right here, so I'm going to put it back. But let me go to YouTube real quick, guys. And let you guys hear from the horse's mouth. JIS. I think it's the 54-minute mark. Live stream. Oh, here it is. No, keynote speaker, Manchester Chamber of Commerce. No, that's not the one. It was before that. It was like a month ago. Keynote speaker. Talking about national security. Disabilities, blah, 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 blah. Keynote to address national. Here we go. Let me share my screen because the people over here is not going to be able to hear it. Let me share my screen for my good people over here. All right. Okay. Bam. Right there. Boom, 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 boom. 54-minute mark. Let me hear this.
So they use violence and the ultimate form of violence, murder, to create this fear that brings the citizens under their control as they feel.
Yeah, man, all right, just a man. You're going to hear this.
Is unable to protect them. And the longer that the state is unable to protect those citizens, those spaces, the greater the control that the gangs will have. So, if we're going to make a change in Jamaica as it relates to the level of violence and murder that we have, we're going to have to make significant impact on controlling guns coming into the country and in dealing with the criminal enterprises that we euphemistically call gangs. So, once we accept that the threats we face are transnational, then our responses must be equally transnational, and we must embrace greater security cooperation and reciprocity. In some ways, we need an international cooperation similar to the global war on terrorism. We need a global consensus that will create a global war on gangs, that will treat with them in the same way that international effort was mobilized in creating standardized legislation across jurisdiction, dealing with finances of gangs, but coordinating how exceptional and emergency powers are used to deal with these criminals who hide under the protection of being citizens of a country. Used to deal with these criminals who hide under the protection of being citizens. Criminal powers are used to deal with these criminals who hide under the protection of being citizens of a country.
Emotional damage. So, according to the Prime Minister, criminals are hiding behind the guise of being citizens of the country. And of course, the SOEs are strategically used by him to take away that protection of being a citizen of the country. I want you guys to really listen to the words that is coming out of the man's mouth, you know. And I want you to tell me if I am crazy. Am I reading this wrong? I don't know if anybody else in social media covered this and realized what this man said and read between the lines of what he's saying or deciphered what he's saying and how dangerous of a statement he's making. This statement sounds like a human rights violation. This whole statement sounds like a human rights violation. Isn't there a charter that says everyone has the right to live and life, even criminals? Now he wants to take away the protection of them being citizens. So that's why he's using the SOEs. That's what he's saying. Remember, Mark Golden carried them to court. Mark Golden carried them to court for the SOEs, the abuse of the state of emergencies. And if that wasn't enough, ladies and gentlemen, the police have analyzed 85 people from January to March 31st. And the reason why that is alarming, you know, is because last year the police unalived 85 people around July. We are in March, 3 months in, and they have reached their quota. And to add insult to injury and to add to concern of this worrying trend, 189 persons were unalived by the police the entire of last year, right? Sorry about that. The music, I had to nice out the music. If that wasn't bad enough, ladies and gentlemen, all of last year, the police unalived 189 people. Somewhere there about. It wasn't 200. And they're already almost on March 31st at a 100. So if we were to follow this trend and use it as an average of what's to come in an election year, ladies and gentlemen, 85 times 4 is what? Because the last time me checking up, January to March are 3 months, and there's 12 months in a year. So there's four times you can get 3, right? So 3, 4 is 12. So 4 times 85 is what? 380. Isn't that right? That's how it go. That's how 340. Yeah, 4 times 5, 20 carry 2, and then it goes above, and 4 times 4 times 4. Yeah, 340. Yeah, 340. I got it right. Thank you. Appreciate that. 340. That would be more than wow, that would be 100. Man, that's a lot, percentage wise, of an increase in the amount of people that the police unalive. Isn't the police supposed to serve and protect? But then when you remember this statement from the government officials, including Andrew Holness, who remember this statement?
Either meet a judge or meet a maker. Our prisons and police lockups are fully populated. I do not train my police to lose. We have the superior training and firepower to ensure that we win every time. Wherever they go, you find them and you bring them in, one way or the other. Whether we bring them in the pickup that come behind us in the car, I don't want to come on a stretcher in their business. I don't have problem, right? But we'll find them and bring them in. Either meet a judge or meet your maker.
The man said that the prisons are full. And Jonas said, meet them judge or meet them maker. The Minister of National Security said, we have picked them up anyway, you know. We are come for them, you know, whether them come with the pickup coming behind, but them are gonna leave dead or alive, brother. It is a statement that it has this aura of a disregard for the life of the criminals, as if they're not a human being as well. And I know some people out there, you know, are so lost in their humanity that they believe that they are the judge and the maker. But remember what the Bible said, leave vengeance unto the Lord. Yes? Can I get an amen? Who learned that in our Bible? God must leave vengeance upon him. Yes? So we have to be careful that we don't become the criminals by thinking like the criminals. Eye for eye and all of these things. Yes? Yeah, we are going to lose your humanity. So we have a government that is championing the police, in my opinion, to have a sort of disregard for criminals' life because they are criminals. As a matter of fact, Again, I say this, and I'm going to continue to make this point until the point reaches home to every single Jamaican person. I am not against the police. I am not a criminal, right? But I have a platform that I speak out against the government. Now, if the government is corrupt and the government decides to pin a criminal tag on me and send the police for me, just like what similar thing that happened to Pastor Peter Chambers. How much police him say? You remember I played it yesterday morning? How much police he said came for him? Right? CETA come for him, and they were shocked. They were looking for what they were looking for was a gangster or drug dealer. Somebody like that. Right? The man didn't even have a tattoo on him. They were so shocked. Right? So today is the declaration of change, ladies and gentlemen. We are declaring change. Change has to come. We cannot continue in the manner in which we are continuing right now. And a leader like Ibrahim Chai is somebody that I would welcome in this space, right? To have some balls, right? To sit down with a man like Donald Trump and be a man and not be a puppy and a crawl and a waggling tail. You understand? And even if we have to go through some tough times, again I say, yeah, what them always say, Jamaica, if you want good what have happen, your nose have to run. Not true. Let me play this back again so you can hear from the horse's mouth what this man say. Listen this again.
How exceptional and emergency powers are used to deal with these criminals who hide under the protection of being citizens of a country. Who hide under the protection of being citizens of a country. Who hide under the protection of being citizens of a country. Who hide under the protection of being citizens of a country.
So according to Andrew Holness, the criminals are hiding under the protection of being citizens of a country. I thought criminals were citizens too. I never knew they were aliens of the country. When did it happen that criminals are aliens of the country? This is a human rights issue, ladies and gentlemen. This is a human rights conversation. This is our leader. Not for long. Because September 15th can't come too soon. And with that, I say good evening, good afternoon. Thank you guys for making this a successful stream. Bolo Bvrclips. I see you guys over there. Yes, you guys really came through. 105 in the chat on a normal day. Wow, we reached 100 and what? I think it was 20, almost 20 over there. Over here on Bolo 2.0, we're still having challenges with people getting the notification. So I guess I'll have to multi-stream like this, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to multi-stream like this. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So yeah, I just wanted to highlight that, and I hope you guys get the message. September 15th, lock down the date. April 21st. April 21st, guys. Let me play what the apostle said about April 21st. Before you guys go, listen.
Yes. The Spirit just told me that they are going to send me. Yes. We're calling the nation. We're calling Andre Steve.
We're calling. Hot topic. We're calling. Bolo. Bolo. Man, shout out to the apostle, man. So I'm hey Sharon, what's up, love? You're baking buns for us April 21st. No. April 21st, the apostle, Mark Stewart in Portmore. He's calling on everyone to come. The man said he's linking with the churches and the pastors, and them not really, working with him. So he might work with the sin of them. Alright? And the backslider of them. And he might call upon us to gather for ball out April 21st in Portmore, because he's saying prophetically we are in danger as a country, and this is what is required for us to be, as a people, to reverse the order that is being put on the Jamaican people. You understand? We need to take back Jamaica. God needs to take back Jamaica. So if you guys are standing with God, all right, and not the devil, again, go to Mark Stewart's page on YouTube. All right, Mark Stewart, just like how it sounds, I say it name. MarkStewart, Mark Stewart. And the number to call for more details about April 21st, ladies and gentlemen, is 876-961-0191. That's 876-961-0191. The other number you can call is 876-869-9522. That's 876-869-9522. If you don't hear that, just reverse the video and listen it again. Write it down and make your plans, because they might have buses organized depending on how many people want to come. You can get a bus possibly, and you have to do it early too. Right? The earlier the better. Do it now. If you plan on going and joining the ball out ceremony April 21st in Portmore, right there. So those are the numbers to call to get the direct information from the ministry and from the minister and the apostle and their team. All right, that is it. Again, I want to thank you all. Thank you, beautiful people, for hitting the like button, sharing the content, supporting the platform through donations. You're the real MVP. May God bless you continuously. All right. To repeat the last one, hold on. The last one, the number. Hold on, the shirt. Let me give back your get back your mud stick. Right? Give back some mud stick, you know. The number, the last number is 876-869. So that's 876-869-9522. All right? 876-869-9522. All right? So I didn't want to get fined, you know. All right? So I make sure we follow the orders. All right? So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. You have yourself a wonderful Saturday evening. And if I'm permitted to, I definitely, depending on what I have to do on the road, I definitely will be back with another live stream this evening. If you notice today, I have not posted any videos. I haven't posted no uploads. Yes. Last night I was massively tired. Neru, how you doing? I was extremely tired last night. And so I opted to rest. And I didn't do any reactions. Because what I was going to do, I was going to react to do a reaction video around 30 minutes with Isat Buchanan. But, God knows best. And this has been a successful multi-stream. I'm on 3 different devices. I'm on my computer and 2 on my phones. And all in all, I had a lot of people over by Bolo and Bvrclips, a few people on TikTok. And I'm still working on TikTok because I really don't understand TikTok. I don't know why I'm being restricted by TikTok. Every single stream I do, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, they restrict me. My live is not eligible for recommendation because it violates the fake engagement policy under our community guidelines issued on April 5th at 10:35. What do they mean by fake engagement? Cardi, hello. One of the device them is a half-dead device, and the other 2, this one, I use this a lot. This one I use this a lot, and the other one that you're actually seeing me on, I use it to make my thumbnails and stuff like that, and also go live when I'm doing a mobile live. This one is more personal. This one is more personal, and it's still business mostly. You understand? So I never leave this phone, no matter where I'm going. Mona Percy said, TikTok is going away today. What do you mean? What do you mean TikTok is going away today? What do you mean by that? And for the people that listen to the replays, guys, you guys need to schedule a day when you want me to do call-ins. When do you want me to go live? Where you can call in and express yourself about the many issues that are happening in Jamaica. We can schedule a day. I don't know which day is good for you guys. But Trump push back TikTok. Man, listen. You know the TikTok is thank you so much, K Watson. God have mercy. K Watson said, Bolo, your platform is getting bigger by the days. You're putting in the work. It's all about positivity and truth. Build your platform. Speak it as it is. I receive that. Thank you so much. And glory be to God for all of the growth that my channels are experiencing. It's all the Most High, not me. Trust me. And that's just the truth. All right. See you guys later. But it's under my nose. I'm out. I never got that until like 2 months ago. When he said what is under my nose, I'm out. I never knew he was actually saying a mouth. What is under your mouth is a mouth. Like, bro, Vybz Kartel is the genius, man. I'm just saying, he's really, really clever. See y'all later, man. I'm out.